and nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right. It is Friday night. Drink in hand. Don't have your boy drinking alone. Not by myself. Not on a Friday night. Shout out to all you guys that are here right now doing the live stream. I know. I had a live stream already set up on another direction, and I made a mistake and I clicked on the wrong button. And so I had to recreate a whole new stream in the last few moments. So shout out to all you guys that are here. Let's get some music going because we are going to have an excellent topic tonight. Hey, and the topic tonight is basically centered around guys simping for women, stateside women. If you want the truth, that's what the topic is about tonight. It's about guys that have taken the time out, gotten your passports. You've relocated to other locations around the world. And as soon as you see stateside sisters, because maybe you may be in a country in which you may not know the language. And so when you see the stateside sisters, you're like, oh man, I can get that coochie real quick. They know English, I know English, they black, I'm black. So therefore, you think that that's a come up. But after you listen to this brother's testimony of what happened to him in Cartagena, you will understand why myself and others have declared that we will be cordial. You gentlemen have taught me cordial to stateside women, but you will not hang out with stateside women in Cartagena. And for those of you that are doing this, heed not my warning, but the warning of this man when he gives his testimony. So shout out to you guys, but you guys already know we're going to get started. We got the shout out music going. First of all, we got 24 people in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to all you who are watching from Instagram. LeBron Show is watching. The landlord is over there on IG as well. Shout out to my man Wall Street J over there on Instagram as well. Shout out to you. And Brett Ross. Shout out to you of the Ross family. Shout out to you guys, over 21 people on Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Shout out to you from my man Don Q being up, my man Don JP being over there. The Don, we got 24 people over there. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. We got 5 likes, because I just clicked it over on Rumble. Make sure you guys click it and make sure you guys subscribe to Rumble. That channel is growing by leaps and bounds. Shout out to you guys over there. We're going to talk about the Black Manosphere Conclave for a split second after we give the shout outs. And then we're going to get started with our video. True story coming from a brother who lives in Colombia, went to Cartagena, and he experienced the exact same thing many of us are experiencing with dealing with stateside women. I don't care what race they're coming from, what color or creed. Leave those women alone, guys. Let them be who they are. Shout out. I don't know if you guys heard that sound effect. Shout out to the Cash App. And the first person to donate tonight was, let me get everything in order. What am I doing? Let me get everything in order. Shout out to you guys. Okay, let's get all this in order. Shout out to my man Vincent Vincent Woods with a $10. Vincent said he's testing out the new system. We're actually still working on the new system of Vincent to get everything done at the same time. So shout out to you guys. And you shout out to my man Terrence, but we all know whenever you guys throw the cash apps, you guys get the video. So let's throw one of the videos up there for you.
Let the show begin.
Lord Jesus.
But you still don't pay me no attention. My service is calling you. You hear me on the radio.
Lord Jesus.
But you still don't pay me no attention.
Meet me at the altar with that fat ass. We ain't getting no younger, but that ass fat.
Yes, it is. It is fat. Shout out to you guys for giving the pleasure proceeds. Make sure you guys, if you're going to give to the channel, make sure you do it by way of PayPal and Super Chats. One thing that we're doing right now, we have the technicians that are helping us set up our channel somewhat like El Guapo's. So the way ours is going to be set up, you Cash App guys will be in PayPal will be able to leave a message and not just give a donation, but you'll be able to leave a long message just like you do with Super Chats. And every time you guys give proceeds, a video randomly will pop up. So I'm going to have some cowgirl videos and some Colombian police videos up there, not just the Scooby-Doo videos. So shout out to you guys that are giving. But right now, every time you guys give, you will get to see one of the videos. 37 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you once again. Make sure that you like us too. Let me get started with the shout outs. Shout out to my man Hombre Libro or Lobro. Shout out to you, brother, Mr. Lobro himself. He said, "What up, Dre?" Shout out to you, kind sir. And thank you for letting guys know to click that like button. I appreciate it. You got a wrench, so you must have just originally changed your name. I ain't mad at you, brother. I am not mad at you. Shout out to you guys. Also, your boy got a chance to speak at the Black Manosphere Conclave. And I spoke about how to make the United States your second home. So within the next couple of days, I'm going to let you guys see that video. And I'm going to post my whole presentation on the Patreon. So make sure you guys support us on Patreon. We appreciate that. Black Nubian. Even though you Canadian boys, you know what you're doing. Let me see if I got your drop for you. And mad dollars, no more giving to the directly through YouTube. We don't get those proceeds. We only get them through cash apps and through PayPal. So if you guys can remind moderators, all you great guys, remind each person that is on YouTube, that's watching us from YouTube, is just Cash App and PayPal. We appreciate you because we basically don't get those proceeds right now. I've got another appeal going through with YouTube right now to at least get Love Crossing Borders back. So because the channel is still there, we just don't have full access to it. Shout out to my man, also my man Kenny in the building. Kenny Peoples always sending me great clips, great information, always supporting the channel. Great guy. Shout out to you, brother, for all that you do. Let me get this right here. Shout out to Kenny. Shout also to Cortez being here. Shout out to you of the Smith family, first of his name. My man Uriah, my dude, Uriah from the Black Manosphere Conclave, my favorite Bible name. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate meeting you at many of you guys that are in the live right now. I got a chance to meet face to face in Houston. Man, it was great meeting you guys. It was great meeting you guys. Getting a chance to meet the International Quiet Storm, that blessed my day. Meeting my man Uriah, my favorite Bible name, that blessed my day. And so many other of you brothers, man, that I got a chance to meet, shake hands with, have a cigar with, drink some brandy with, and just hang out with, man. It was great. Next year, next September, I'm giving you guys a call to action like El Guapo does. Next September is the 5.0 Black Manosphere Conclave. It's going to be in Miami. So all you Florida boys, you ain't got no excuse. Atlanta boys, come on. You Carolina boys, come on down. All you Georgia boys, Alabama boys, come on down. You New Yorkers, you know you like to hang in Florida anyway. So it is with you Jersey boys. You like to hang out in Florida anyway. So the next Black, and I mean to you Instagram, I'm talking to you too, the Intelligent Soapbox. I'm talking to you too, Sunset. Naming, I'm talking to you as well, Mr. Sean G up D up. I already hit up Sean. I already paid for Sean's ticket, so he have no choice but to be there at the 5.0 Black Manosphere Conclave. We talked about everything from real estate to sales. I talked about how to relocate to another country. We talked about how the laws are in the United States when it comes to divorce. We talked about everything from getting your wardrobe to getting your health on track. I mean, it was so many speakers over that 3-day period. And since it's going to be in Miami, we already know we're going to get there a couple days early. We're going to get there a few days early. And Richie Mack said that he's going to hang out with your boy after the conclave. So this may be the first time that we get Richie Mack to fly out to Colombia because it's going to be 3 hours away. So shout out to Richie. And we had a good time. Let me see if I can pull this screen share and pull this photo up real quick. Let us see. There we go. Let me let you guys see this photo real quick. Me, Richie Mack, and El Guapo at the Black Manosphere Conclave. and Richie is 5'7". Yes, gentlemen, he is 5'7". But Richie's solid and Richie's strong. Now backtracking to that event in Thailand where Richie was tussling with that dude. Yeah, I could see Richie getting the best of that dude. Richie is short, but he is solid. And I'm not talking about a fat dude. I'm talking about a dude he's solid, man. I got to give it to him on that one. So shout out to Richie Mack. Shout out to El Guapo. He did great. He did really good. Also, El Guapo's mentor, Derek, was there teaching us about step-by-step how to get into real estate, even in this market. Very detailed, man. Very detailed. So, yeah, guys, if you get a chance next year, you may not get a chance to zoom to Thailand. You might not get a chance to next year come to Colombia, but you can make it down to Miami in September. And the tickets are on sale right now. So get them while the tickets are low. I promise you, you'll be disappointed if you don't go. But let's continue on with the shout outs. Like I said, Mad Dollars in the building. Canada does not allow Cash App here, brother. Wow. Do they allow Let me ask you this. Do they allow PayPal? Just for future references. Let me know, Mad Dollars. And shout out to you Canadian boys once again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Shout out to you Canadian boys once again. Kenny says this. He said, I'm still trying to figure out the contractor where you can work with a contractor where you can work overseas and still live in the United States. Can anyone help me out when I get done with school? I'm in for cybersecurity. I've just started Theo's classes as well. So those of you who are taking Theo classes, shout out to you guys. A lot of guys stood up and gave a testimony of how much money when Theo says that you will the least that you will make is $120,000 a year. All those brothers that stood up and gave their testimonies of the people that they'd have to look for jobs. Those people came to them, and Theo sets you up to where you don't have to look, but the companies come looking for you. He never lied. For those of you that are in Theo's classes right now, I encourage you, don't give up. It's not going to be easy. Continue on. For all those brothers that came up on that stage, and each one of them gave their testimonies. 2 of them are moving to Cali this week. They've already been here before, and they're decided that, you know what, we're going to be here for about a good 6 months this go around, because they took Theo's classes and they are making the big bucks. Yes, they are. So shout out to Theo and all that he's done to help us out as men when it comes to cybersecurity, IT, AWS, and all the other things, that AI, all the other things that he's teaching guys. Take advantage of it, guys. He is changing lives. Yes, sir. You're right. Hey, Uriah, was it amazing to meet Quiet Storm? It was amazing to meet him. Yeah, man. I was so happy. I was really happy, man. I thought I met a celebrity. Shout out to man, good time Grego in the building. Shout out to you. Don't have me drinking alone, guys. Tonight is Friday night drinking hand. I'm just drinking a little bit of Pinot. That's it. Just a little bit of wine tonight. This is the wine that's left over from when Andrea came and picked me up from the airport. She had wine waiting for your boy. Andrea picked me up with balloons. First of all, your girl came with the balloons in hand. Let me see if I can find that photo of Andrea coming with the balloons in hand. I don't have it. Let me see. But she came with the balloons in hand. I was like, whoa, okay. And then when she came with the balloons, she also came with the, nope, I don't have it here. She came with the balloons. I came home. She had dinner already made. She had the white wine and she had dessert. And this was like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night when I came. Man, listen, if y'all don't start getting your money right, working with Theo, getting your health right, working with Culture Condition, that's a tall brother. Yes, he is. Culture Condition is a tall brother. If you did not think that he is, he carries that 6'6", and he is a Carolina man. Let me see if I can find the photo that me and Culture took, because there were so many pictures that was taken. Oh, here we go. We got the Culture Condition. Let me put that on the screen real quick. Hold on, wait a minute. Hitting the wrong one. Here we go. There we go with the Culture Condition. That is a tall brother. So he was there. He spoke on men's mental health, especially black men. So that was great. Once again, shout out to all you guys for the donations by way of PayPal and Cash App, gentlemen. Yeah, we about to do it like Scarface in Miami. That's right, Kenny. Shout out to my man Kofi in the building. Kofa's in the building. Peace to you too, brother. And my man Jay. We got 60 people in the building. We got a great one tonight. And we got a special guest that'll be coming on. Let me make sure that everything is working well with him. So yes, I shared the link with him. Shout out once again. Oh, we got another proceed that has come through. Let's go to there we go. Shout out to my man Beard's World in the building. And he is going to get, shout out to you. Let's get this brother a video. Let's give him Daphne.
Let the show begin.
Well, second, did you?
Yeah, dang. My.
Daphne, my. Yes. Daphne coming in with the thickness. All right, let's scroll down a little bit more. Once again, we got Jay Anderson, the great of the Anderson family. Shout out to you. Shout out to you being here, brother, as well. Naaman, shout out to you being here, brother. Anthony is a bill. He says cigars and rum for the next. He say, oh, that's my dude too. Hey, hey, the Mad Hatter right there. And he said cigars and rum for the next meetup. Yes, sir. He said I'll be Papacito in Cali with Christmas spirit. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. That man showed me a good time, man. That's a real good dude. Real good dude. Once again, shout out to all you guys on Instagram. It is it's Go I Me. It's Go I Me. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Jay Negarito. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Love Wilson. Shout out to you being here as well. Appreciate you. Continental Cruising is in the building as well over on IG. And E_DBI_WA is in the building over on Instagram as well. And you Rumbleites, 23 of you. Shout out to you being over here, guys. We appreciate you so much over there on Rumble, man, hanging out with you guys. Believe me. So make sure you guys put a comment in, and make sure you guys also support the channel over there on Rumble. Make sure that you guys, if you have not subscribed to our Rumble channel, make sure that you do that. Go over there on Rumble with Love Crossing Borders. We got my special guest in the building, my man Aaron from Black Men's Travel. Let me move down one of my cameras. Let me move this.
What's good, my brother? Oh, I lost you for a minute. I can't, for some reason, I can't hear you, bro. I hear the music. I just can't hear your I can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Now I hear you. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, so let me remove this one. Okay, so let me test something real quick. When I have them both on stage, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear both of them.
Okay, so I know which one not to have on stage and which by itself. Okay, cool, perfect. All right, man. Sure. Shout out to you, Mr. DR.
Yeah, it's a beautiful DR, man. Beautiful island.
Let me turn that music down. Actually, I'm going to change the music for us, Aaron. Make it a little bit more smooth for the smooth operators. Make it a little bit more smooth. Let me
hold on. Let me throw on my passport bros hat real quick.
Oh, there we go. You gotta represent, man. And that's what I was thinking while I was at the Conclave. But man, listen, bruh, you would have cleaned up. Richie Mack came with his t-shirts. He sold out. Obsidian came with his books. He's got 3 books. He got a new release. He brought 100. Obsidian came with like at least 250 books, probably left with maybe 35 books, and they were $50 a piece.
Oh, nice.
Dennis Sperling came with his book packet, $100 a piece. They didn't last 15 minutes. Yeah, you could, man, dude. I was sitting up there.
It's funny, man, because Obsidian was one of the guys that definitely changed my life. So I definitely would have bought a book.
Yeah,
the first guy I actually heard from the Black Manosphere before I heard O'Shea, everybody else was Obsidian. I'll listen to Obsidian first.
Yeah, this is his new book, Toxic Femininity. This is a new one. It's not even out until November. So if you're at the Black Manosphere Conclave, you were able to pick up a copy, autographed copy, signed it over to, autographed it for Love Crossing Borders. So yeah. So now I'm giving you a hint, Aaron. I'm telling you, bruh, it's definitely well worth being a vendor there. I mean, I can't think of anybody that came and sold something that left with the majority of it.
Brother, was it? Where was it at? What city?
It was in Houston.
Oh, okay, nice.
It was in Houston. That was my first time in Houston. The brothers showed me love out there, man. It was really, really nice to meet all the guys that were out there, man, and hear their stories, hear their testimonies, and just keep guys like you and I encouraged to stay on YouTube and stay on social media to encourage men, especially Black men, to go after their goals of making the United States their second home and not their only home. So that was really good, man. Guys came with their stories, and I was like, man, wow. You really don't know how much you impact the person till you talk to them face to face.
That's true.
All right.
I mean, brothers have changed lives out here, man.
Yeah.
Especially within our Black community, because a lot of young men don't grow up with that, father or that uncle to a certain degree. So, things that you guys have been preaching and the mentorship is just, you can't even put a price on it. You can't even really put a price on it, because I was telling it in an earlier video I was doing today. I was like, and it's not we're not talking about to get on the women at all, but the deception and manipulation that they place on us. It's almost natural to them to deceive and manipulate to a certain. That's their go-to. And if it wasn't for the Black Manosphere, you would think you was the only one going through it. So you would think something was inherently wrong with you, when in actuality, everybody's to a certain degree is being manipulated because they don't have the core values of being a man and not knowing and understanding female nature. So when the Black Manosphere came, it was like, oh, it's not me. Oh, so I'm not crazy. I'm not insecure. Oh, so this is just what they do. Okay. So that's why it's so important, man. It's very important.
Yeah, I like how you worded that, because I'm going to say something to you. That was probably the overwhelming theme at the event. So many men realized that they weren't alone. So many men. I think Aaron's dealing with the DR Wi-Fi like we deal with it sometime in Colombia. So many men at that event realized that they weren't by themselves. Whether my brother from Oakland, all the way to my brothers from Philly. So many guys came to that event left with a new mindset of, oh man, I'm not by myself. It's not just me. Going after these goals. Okay, I'm not the only one that's sitting up to myself like, okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? Okay, let me make sure I'm doing. A lot of dudes dealing with toxic femininity. You're not the only one, and so it's so great to have seen so many guys from across the country, and really around the world, because a lot of us flew in from other countries, and were able to tell their stories of, listen, brothers, don't think that you're the only one, because I'm going through the exact same thing, and I've overcome it, and I'm here to tell you how you can overcome it. And so it was so many guys that were there. It was so beautiful to see the brothers.
Was that your first time being in America, like in some years, wasn't it?
Dude, the only reason I came to the United States was because of the brothers. Not because of family, and I love my family. Not because of friends, not because of finances. I have not been in the United States in 5 years. And when the brothers invited me to speak and say, Dre, would you come to the Black Manosphere Conclave and help and give brothers step-by-step blueprint on how to make America their second home and not just their only home? I had no problem. I was on that flight, and I kid you not, Aaron, if you were there, Richie Mack, El Guapo, the one thing, me and El Guapo went to his hotel room, right? And we're drinking some scotch, right? Shout out to El Guapo. And El Guapo said, I do not know how famous people do it. And he said, I know what you're talking about. Brother, it had to be, Aaron, every 5 seconds, a brother walked up to us, or 2 or 3 brothers will walk up to us just to say thank you, just to say, brother, you just don't know what you did for my life. I just want you to know, brother, I follow what you guys are doing because of you, because of Theo, because of Richie Mack, and each one of us, Dennis Sperling, all of us. I was so happy when Dennis got there, because dudes kind of like went over to Dennis. But dude, I did not walk literally 3 feet that whole weekend without somebody, or at least 3 or 4 people stopping me, standing in line to talk to me and just say, thank you, brother, for showing us that, yes, there's a party side to travel, but then if we want to live in these countries, we can really live in these countries just like you do, Aaron. You showed guys such an example, man. You showed me as well as other dudes. And so, and I thought about you the whole weekend. I ain't gonna even lie.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I
got a 2-part question for you, though, brother. I got a 2-part question for you.
Go ahead.
First question is, how did you feel being back in America? Was it somewhat of a reversal culture shock? And the second question was, did anybody film the event? Like, did they film any of the interactions in the event?
Yeah. There's tons of it. I got a lot to send you. All of us, from Richie Mack recording me to when I spoke on stage, to I recorded Obsidian. I recorded Obsidian. I recorded because I mean they had the professionals, so we're going to get our professional copy.
Okay.
But, you know, our personal cell phone recordings. I recorded Obsidian. I recorded Coastal Condition. I recorded Dennis, who was Derek, who is El Guapo's mentor in real estate and everything else. So I recorded him. I recorded El Guapo. So I recorded all those guys. And Richie, the only thing that Richie didn't record of me, he said, man, I wish my battery hadn't died because I wanted to record your standing ovation. I was the only one that got a standing ovation. And so Richie said, man, he said, I knew it. He said, man, when you got off that plane, he said, man, they just don't know Andre about to knock this thing out the park. And so I took a lot of the things that you and I have been talking about over the years. I talk about a lot of those things. And I did a cost comparison between Houston, Pattaya, and Bogota. And so to let them actually see the price differences of food, of medical, of where they rank as far as medical. For example, Thailand ranks number 12 in the world as far as medical. Colombia, number 34. United States finally worked its way back from number 68. Now it's number 38. But to let them actually see the difference between the two, and I had a picture of each city so they could see that these are not third world, what the ladies try to convince you of. And so those are the type of things that we talked about at the event. I told my story, and I told them, I said, guys, you're going to hit a crossroads. There will be a fork in the road when it's time for you to decide to start traveling or relocating to another country, or do you just stay in the United States for the rest of your days? So you're going to hit a crossroads. And so we discussed what to do when you hit that crossroads, things like that. I think you said you had 2 questions. Oh, how I felt when I got back to the States. Bruh, Aaron, the United States is expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, for that food. Bruh, just in meals. We didn't go to no expensive spots. Just in the 5 days I was there in the United States. Even just went to Walmart and just picked up, a few little items like some Vaseline, and Andre say, pick up this for me, that for me. Just a couple of insignificant items. Dude, I came out of like $600 in 4 days. I'm like, what the? At Walmart, just stuff that you can get at a dollar store was like $70. Then when we went, the first restaurant, Papano's, the one that Kevin Samuels always talked about, we went there. That was, all I got was like a piece of fish and some French fries. That was $80. Come on, Uriah. Uriah knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Papano's used to be the go-to spot back in the day.
Goodness gracious, I've never been there. Really nice, but man, bruh, it was crazy how expensive the United States is, man. I'm like, man, I don't see how y'all do it. I love the United States, my country, 'tis of thee, but brothers, sisters, here's to you. Woo! Do a drink at the bar, a beer. Man, you paying. And now, don't get me wrong, Houston is beautiful, it's really nice, very friendly people. They've got a huge Latin population. All the women that I met, check it out, the crazy part, BMT. The women that worked in the kitchen area of our restaurant, beautiful sisters, right? I glanced over the first day, I was like, y'all from Cali. And they looked, I said, Espanol or Inglés? And they were like, Espanol? I say, tu casa es. And she was like, Cali, Colombia. I said, all 3 of them. One was a tall chocolate one was a little shorter chocolate one was a little finey. All of them had the facial features of Afro-Colombians. And so I was like, y'all ain't from here. Y'all from Colombia. And so that just goes to show you, yeah, I don't need to be in the States. It was too expensive, man.
Wow.
Medellin said, he said, you pay here in Colombia too for mixed drink. Yeah. But you're not paying in Medellin. Yes, you might pay a little bit more, but I'm used to Cali prices. Cali is 40% less than Medellin and Bogota combined. And man, bruh. Papa Those, thank you very much, E-Man. Yeah, goodness gracious. Hey, Instagram, it's expensive in the States. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. It's expensive. Goodness gracious. I did not know it was that expensive. I was kind of bracing myself for it, Aaron. But man, once you start, once you are there to experience the American prices, me and you, right? It was me, Uriah, Richie Mac, Theo, and another brother who just got off the plane, and Culture Condition. So we were having dinner there, having a good time, just chopping it up, talking about sports. And man, it was for basic $70-$80 for basic. It wasn't anything special about our meals. French fries and a little bit of seafood, and that was it. Uriah said, and then we had someone mad at us, thinking that we were eyeing the pajama bottom. Yeah. So the sister got mad at us as if we were in the grocery store. And the sister in her pajama pants actually thought that we was checking her out in Walmart. And we looking like, no. And it was the Spanish dude. That's what it was. The Spanish dude, him and his girl was in pajamas. And we looking like, okay. And so they were pushing the baby stroller. And so we kind of look like, okay, so this is how they dress in the grocery stores now? Just pajamas? And he got mad at us because I'm saying, okay, Houston, we have a problem. And as far as attractiveness, Houston does have some beautiful women, but not like Colombia, bruh. Yeah, not like DR. Hell no. Not like Brazil. No. Not like Thailand or parts of Africa. No. Houston, yes, y'all got a few here and there, but most of them, Aaron, are from Latin countries. Most of the finest women I saw in Houston were either from Mexico, South America, Central America, or from the Caribbean islands. But the regular sisters, oh my God. Yeah.
You said the Houston women were looking good?
Man, no, the shipped in Houston women were looking good.
Oh, okay.
That's what my point. Most of the women that I saw in Houston that were the really attractive ones, that they were of Mexican descent. They were of South American descent, Central America descent. They were of even among the sisters, they were Afro this or Afro that or Afro Brazilian. It was always somebody that was a first generationer that I saw that was highly attractive. But among the American born women, oh, hell no. Hell, And it took me 3 days to do a double take. I told our Uber driver, he was a young brother, right? It was me and Richie Mack and Uriah at Walmart. And I said, man, I told the brother, I said, bruh, I've been here for 3 days. I ain't did a double take yet. I ain't did no double take yet, bruh. I said I was in Colombia 45 seconds, fresh on the plane, looking like, dang. So yeah, you ain't missing nothing in the States, brother. You really ain't, man. I was so happy to get back on that plane, man. I was jumping for joy.
It's funny because you know what Traversity is, right? Yeah. Okay, you know Traversity. And he was texting me last night, and he was like, BMT, bro, I'm trying to tell you, stop trying to compare women in South America and DR to other women like, in Kenya and Thailand. He said, bro, they're the best of women in the world. You're not going to see that really out here. I mean, you'll see it, but like every now and then, it's not like this massive, like it's not like Colombia and Brazil. I was like, yeah, I got to get out of that mindset. You know what I mean?
That's so
now
true.
I've been here on this island for so long now. It's just like, I'm so used to like, when I first got here, I was like this everywhere. Like, oh my God, it's crazy because I live right by the college. But now I'm trying to ease into it. Like, okay, yeah, they bad, but I'm getting used to all these beautiful women being surrounded by, I got dorms on my actual street.
Oh,
that I live in. College dorms, bro. And I was, it's funny because, I was talking to a girl. She's older. She's like 26, but she's still in school, and she lives in one of the dorms. And she was like, yeah, I live right up the street. You can just walk me home. I'm like, okay, cool. So I walk her home, And she's like, yeah, come on in. And it's like a college dorm. I'm just like, oh, I'm
Right.
like, yo, I cannot be walking into no college dorm right now. You know, she's like, no, come on in. So I walk in and I just see beautiful Dominican college girls. They just looking, staring like, hola, hola. I'm like, oh man, this is too much for me. So
right.
You know, like I think we have to understand, Dre, that we are amongst like the most beautiful population of women probably in the world that I know of. And I know guys that's been in all these other countries. And we got other countries, we know, like, you know, Kazakhstan. We know all the little other duck offs from Madagascar. We know we got hidden. What's the other one? Cape Verde. You know, we know it's women there too, but
Ethiopia.
Yeah, Ethiopia. But it's nothing like that Latina flair, man. It's nothing like it.
No.
You know, only thing I will say is the saving grace about Asia and Africa is they do believe in polygamy to a certain degree. Now, what I mean by polygamy in the Asian culture is like the women don't mind if their husbands stop off at a massage parlor on the way home from work and get one knocked out. They don't look at that as cheating. But we know in Latin America, you can't do shit. You can't even look at a woman without her going crazy. So
for real,
that's the trade-off. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of a trade-off.
The other thing is, Richie said this to me. He said, Andre, you got to realize you're spoiled. He said, bruh, the level of beauty that you see every few seconds is not like this in the United States. He said, you're not going to see gorgeous women every few seconds like you see like you see back home in South America. He said, so you spoiled, brother. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I am. You don't realize how spoiled you are. You know, like you and I, like you hop to Brazil, you have to realize the countries that you go to, Aaron, some of the most gorgeous women, if not the most gorgeous women in the world. I mean, you've been around Venezuelan, Dominican women, other islander women, Brazil, Colombia. Most dudes, they ain't experienced that level of beauty in their lifetimes, especially if they're still stuck in the States.
You got to put blinders on so they won't game you, my brother. You got to put them blinders on. You know, you got to really see what she did for you. You know.
Yes, sir. We got 91 people in the building. Click that like button. Make sure you like us because we like you too. Shout out to all you guys over on Instagram. We appreciate you guys watching us also over there on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And the Rumble team. Shout out to you. Let's get ready to Rumble. Shout out to all you guys. Tevin King, do not. Oh, Tevin, I'm sorry. Tevin giving on Rumble. I'm sorry. I thought that was YouTube. Tevin King with the $10 Rumble ramp. He said, "Here's something for the collection plate." Shout out to you, Tevin King. We about to give you the video, brother. Let me see which video we're gonna give you, Tevin. I got a good one for you too that I haven't. Oh, here we go. Let's give Tevin King the spider yams.
Let the show begin.
Meet me at the altar with that fat ass. We ain't getting no younger, but that ass fat.
Oh yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Now, topic at hand, because I don't know Aaron's time, so I don't want to just take up all this man's evening. But the topic at hand is about brothers. And I know Aaron's got stories. We're going to let Aaron have his story before we even get started with the video that we have for you guys to see. There's a brother who went on TikTok just recently over the past few days actually, shared his testimony of dealing with stateside women in Cartagena. He said, I flew on a solo trip to Cartagena, and we're going to watch the video on what happened, what mistakes he made. I have had the same type of situations with stateside women, so now I'm cordial, like I'll give a nice little nod, tip of the cap, and I keep on pushing. I don't speak to them. They literally have to say something to me before I say something to them. Have I been on the dance floor with stateside women? Yes, because there are some stateside women that are so attractive, Aaron, that they could pass for Afro-Colombian, right? And so, but when I get them on the dance floor and 2 steps in, all I got to say is English. Where you from? Chicago? Yeah, let me end this dance real quick. Let me go get a Colombiana. I've done that with 2 times. That's happened to me, where a female was so attractive that she blended in with the Afro-Colombian sisters. But as soon as she do 2 steps, oh, you ain't from Cali. Where you from? Kentucky? Yeah, let me go ahead and end this dance right now. Let me go get somebody that can dance. But let me let you go ahead and talk about some of the things that you've heard from guys as far as stateside stories and dealing with stateside women while here in other countries. Man,
I have. You know what? And shout out I know I just mentioned him again, but shout out to my man Travelversity, because he was just like, stop it, bro. But I was in Medellin, and there's of course like this kind of like a black girl travels group. They kind of copied me with the Black Men's Travel Group. I peaked that, by the way, but that was, I think that's my homegirl D. I think she, associated with them. So we met some chicks. The first, it was a few incidents. The first one was, we was at a party, and it was like a VIP type of party, meaning that the hotel suite was decked out, Drake. I mean, marble, everything, jacuzzis in the bathrooms, real nice. Like, this is like super high end. And we had like a party / photo shoot for some people. So of course, the American girls, they came in, the sisters came in, and they was under the assumption that we knew everybody at that party, but we didn't. It was just a party. People were coming in and out. Right. So I had tried to pull one of the girls to the side. First of all, it was very like not trying to talk to none of us, the number one. So they was very kind of like cold shoulderish for a minute. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. I see the vibe. Ain't nobody trying to talk to you, no way. But when I saw the young lady taking drinks from a guy behind the bar who wasn't a bartender, she was just accepting random drinks because she had already been a little turned up. And the guy was like, the way he was fixing the drinks was he was getting the drinks and he was going kind of almost behind the bar and then bringing the cup drink back out. And we know that's a big no-no in Colombia. We always watch, if we can, who's pouring our drinks in a setting like that, especially if it's not like a legitimate bar. We just at a party or something. So I go up to her. I'm like, yo, you need to watch, who you accept your drinks from out here. This ain't America. This is Colombia. You can't just accept drinks from anybody. Like, I don't know who that guy is. I know this is kind of our party, but this is just a random dude that's just going behind the bar fixing you a drink. So she kind of shrugged it off, whatever. She went with some Venezuelan guy in one of the rooms, and then her friend came over and she was just like, hey, did you tell her not to accept drinks from? I was like, yeah, it's Colombia. You just can't really accept drinks from strangers. This is not like a house party. We ain't in the backyard. It's not a backyard barbecue. We ain't in the hood, nothing like that. Like, you got to kind of watch it out here. We're partying cross culturally. So in Medellin, you got some people out there that get you. So she's like, yeah, I don't know now. Should I knock on the door with him and everything? I'm like, well, do what you do. Make a long story short, the chick comes out. The Venezuelan dude smashed her. Right. Girl did the walk of shame. He didn't even walk her out. And she just had an attitude regardless. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing, that he just smashed a little, chickie. Of course, he just smashed a little random chick. He don't give a damn. So that was the first little instant. And I remember because I was actually cool with the Venezuelan dude. I seen him again in the park, and he was like, watch this. He was like, watch this, Ferris. Watch this, Ferris. And he took the sister to the ATM machine to withdraw out money. She pulls money out and gives it to him, basically. And then, like, Tim, he sits her down with a drink for like 10, 15 minutes, talk to her, say some bullshit. And then he leaves and, makes some excuse. Oh, I got to go back to work. Leaves and come back and just like, see, I told you. And they don't say sanky panky there, but it's another term they use in Medellin. I forgot the name of it when it's like a guy playing a female. Here they say sanky panky, but it's another little term. Damn it, I forgot the term. But anyways, but yeah, that was the first instance. The second time around, what happened the second time? It'll come back to me later. But yeah, that was pretty much the first time.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that you would say that and you would describe that story like that. There's a lot of sisters that come down here to Cali and get their back broke in and come out of those proceeds. There's a lot of them because nobody's paying for the hotel but you, boo. Nobody's paying for the dinner but you, boo. Ain't nobody paying for the flowers, cards, candy but you, boo. And they come down here and I've seen these, bruh. I have literally seen sisters from the States falling in love with these Afro-Colombian dudes. And I'm talking about dudes from zone 1, zone 2. I ain't talking about no like they met a doctor down here.
Oh, they're not doing that.
No. They're talking about getting that. Yeah, I'm talking about the bottom feeder dudes. I'm talking about just regular everyday. I'm talking about Atlanta hoodies of the hood dudes. If they were living in Colombia, that's who be smashing these chicks. And you know, you ain't no hater, so you ain't gonna say nothing. You really want to give them a dap. Get her, dog. Go ahead, get all that money, dog. You really want to dap them up. But at the end of the day, you be looking like, dang, sis, you going out like that? And these sisters be in love. I'm like, I say they done got them some Spanish speaking sex. They don't know what, half of them don't know Spanish like that. Man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I've personally seen it myself. So to verify what Aaron is saying about sisters, and I'm not hating. We're not hating on you sisters. Spend your money on where you want to, but don't act like that the men get caught up with these Colombian women and y'all not getting caught up with these dudes in DR, in Jamaica, in Africa, in other parts of the world. You know, I think you were telling me about how sisters be thirsty in if I'm not mistaken, I think it was you that was telling me that sisters be thirsty in Thailand. And so
they be ripping your clothes. They'll rip your clothes off, bro. They'll rip your clothes off. I remember I was walking down the street. What's the name of that street? Not Soy Bacal. But I was walking down the street, man. There was some older sisters. They had to be like at least about 15 years older than me, bro. And they just like surrounded me. They was like, hey, you American? I'm just like, yeah, I'm American, you know, because most of the time they gonna either run to an African or, you know, if he's black. So they was like, oh, hey, we from here, we from there, we from, you know, it's from Delaware or some shit. And they was like, what you about to do? What you about to do? Like, I'm like, man, I'm just here chilling. You know, hey, come meet us at this bar later. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you at the bar. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'll be there. You know, but nah, man, it's crazy to me. It's just so funny. As a matter of fact, I have one of my Dominican female friends. She told me, I asked her, I said, like, you know, we keep it real. So I was just like, hey, what's the percentage of you know, women that's going to play guys, and what's the percentage of men that's going to play the women here, like far as an American? And she was just like, well, you know how the DR is. You know, they look at Americans, everything has to be transactional. But I will say, being a man, you're lucky, because I would say you can find women in at least the 30 to 40% range that really be with you and have a genuine relationship with you, because they like something different and they like Americans, right? So you say you 30 to 40%. If you choose right, you'll get one that I love you to the day you die, cooking, clean, everything for you, because that's what you guys like.
Yeah.
And she said, I said, what about the ladies? She said 0%. I said, are you sure? She said 0%. She said Dominican men ain't going for it at all. She said, first of all, they're gonna feel like you look down on them. That's number one. That's the biggest turnoff right there. But number two, she said it's not even gonna. They're never gonna respect it like that, because it's just too many women on this island for you to date an American woman. Seriously,
that's true.
She was like 0%. As a matter of fact, bro, I was watching. I ain't gonna tell you how many women I got out here, but I was watching this movie. It's the movie called Sankey Panky. It's on YouTube. I don't know if you guys can see it, because they might do region blocking, but it's a movie called Sankey Panky. And I promise you, it's just as funny as Friday. It's just as funny. Like, they got the Dominican version of Martin playing a Sankey Panky in the movie. And it's just hilarious. And that's like a very popular movie here. It's called Sankey Panky.
And it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's hilarious, bro.
Moderators.
It's in Spanish, but it's like in English too. It's like some of the parts, like the Americans speak English, right? So it's like a little bit. It's like a musical and everything, bro. It's hilarious.
Moderators, if you guys can do us a favor and look that up and drop the link on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Sankey Panky, and like he said, is part Espanol, part English. But guys, if you can find that for us, we really appreciate that, moderators, and as well as you moderators.
Like they have mentors and everything. Like the Sankey Panky dudes, the Chappy dudes, they got little mentors and everything. They tell them how to talk to them, what to say when they're asking for money. Like they be getting guidance on being a really good Sankey Panky.
I like what T Mac said. T Mac said he said I'm back in the U.S. for 1 month. He said my anxiety level increased significantly being back in the States. But he also says, he said, I know a local Colombian dudes, talk about in Medellin where he lives. He said that smash American sisters out of curiosity, but they know that they can't deal with them for long term. Because think about it. We do that in the United States when it comes to certain women that come to our country. We'll smash a German chick real quick, just out of curiosity. Let me go and get that off my list. German chick, smash, done. You see what I'm saying? Russian chick, smashed, done. Ukrainian virgin, done. Dad won't have a virgin in that house no more. You know, so, a true story. Y'all know I got stories. True stories. She was fine too. Oh, she was fine. Ukrainian virgin. She was a 24-year-old virgin. And I was probably at that time period 43. Yeah, Dad was probably mad by the time she got married. Shout out to my man Zion with the super chat. I mean with the Cash App. Shout out to you, brother. Let me get this brother the video. Let's see what we're gonna give this brother. We're gonna give this brother the cornbread fed.
Let the show begin.
Yeah, damn. Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
And let me just show you this. I don't know if you can see it, but they got part 1 and part 2. That's how popular these little franchise of movies is, bro.
Okay, there we go. Let me put you on the soul screen real quick.
Hold on.
There we go.
Part 1 and part 2. I think they got like a part 3 too. Like I said, this is their version of Friday.
All right, moderators. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for on YouTube. Part 1 and part 2. What is it? What's the title once again?
Sankey Panky.
Sankey Panky. Moderators, if you don't mind, moderators on Instagram as well as on Rumble and on YouTube. If you can find that for us, and it's on YouTube, both part 1 and part 2. That gives me something to sit back and enjoy this evening if I don't go out salsa dancing. All right,
yeah, man, it's funny. It's funny as hell, bro. Like
yes,
the dude is like a comedian, so it's almost like. And sometimes I don't really know everything he's saying, but just his mannerisms just be having me rolling, bro. Because he's trying his hardest to be a good Sankey Panky. Finesse women. Oh, finesse women, bro. He'd be like, you know what? Like the game they use all, bro. They use all these games. I know we know these some of these games that men use, but sometimes they don't even try to sleep with the women too fast. They want to be like, look, I want you to know that I love you and I care about you. And I don't want you to think I'm just there for you. Just for your body, baby. It'd be little stuff like that that they be teaching them.
They play the long stroke, long game.
Because what they want is like 3 to 4 wealthy American women to send them money. And the sad part is, man, one of my ex-girlfriends is a victim of a little Jamaican dude. And I try to tell her, man, because we still cool. And she's just so dumb and naive, bro. I was just like, he asked me to buy her a car. He was like, yeah, I don't really want to. He keep asking me, his family keep asking me for things. And I told him I just don't really want to keep sending him money. And I'm like, baby. I'm like, come on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know better than that. You a woman. You have intuition. You better than that. All
right, my man Uriah found it for us. And Tevin. Shout out to both brothers who have found that for us. So you guys that want to watch that after the live stream, you can actually enjoy that movie in both parts.
And it help train your ear to at least Dominican Spanish. Dominican Spanish is real different than Colombian Spanish.
Yeah, it's a different Spanish. Dominican Spanish comes from the Canary Islands, right outside of Spain and Italy. That's why Dominican Spanish and other Caribbean Spanish speakers such as Cuba have such a strong accent or slang about it, because it comes from the Canary Islands.
Man, that shit comes from barrio.
Right. To whereas other Espanol comes directly from the mainlands.
Like if I'm in Colombia, I can at least understand the words. I might not know what every word means, but I can understand the words. Here, bro, and I be telling them, how about the espacio, por favor? Like, just help me out a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? But they just be flowing with that rapido.
Brother,
like, no. I don't speak fast. We don't speak fast. I'm like, yes, you do, bro.
Andrea said that she probably understood 40% of Dominican Spanish when we were in DR for that month.
Same thing Maria said. We was walking one time, and it was this guy, you know, I don't know if you're trying to holler at her or what. And she was just like, I didn't understand that one word he said. She's like, I didn't understand anything he said, Aaron. I was just like, you know.
Andrea was like, they pretty boys. She said, I give them that. She said, but other than that, she said, I can't tell you nothing they just said. And they dude, and they work. Is Maria going through the same thing? Do they not worship Colombian women in DR?
I mean, they definitely some lover boys out here, bro. Like they gamed up, they gamified up. They got the game.
Well, they saw Andrea walking down the street, because you know Andrea wears dresses a lot. You know, sundresses and summer dresses and the long.
Oh yeah, they will holler at your girl right in front of you. Yes, they will do that.
Them dudes be like mighty Isis, mighty queen of the earth. I'm like, bruh, you do see me right here, and you know you in knockout range. I'm like, you a man, you built for ass whoopings,
bruh. But a couple of days ago, me and my little chica was in the mall, man, and we went into the elevator, and he spit something still quick. Then we got the elevator. I was like, what did he say to you? And she was just like, oh, that I owe him 500 pesos. She was giggling and laughing at him and shit. Oh, that I owe him 500 pesos for holding the door for me or some shit like that. I'm just like, this is motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, these dudes bow with it.
Man, bro, a dude went to blow Andrea a kiss.
Oh, I do that, yeah.
Bro, he just so happened to glance up and see my big ass, and he started whistling. His lips broke. I saw what he was doing. His lips, he looked Andrea in the face, and he went to blow that kiss, and all of a sudden something told him glance up, and he glanced up and saw my big black ass, and he was like, just walked past with a whistle.
Well, yeah, it's a thing here, like, and if you pick the right Dominican woman, they won't do this shit to you, but it's definitely a thing here where, let's say you in an Uber, or you know, you just out and about, and it's a Dominican guy. You know, he'll definitely try to like slide his car, hey, you know, to her, like, yeah, if you need another ride, you know, or they might talk some shit in Spanish, so you might not understand. So you definitely got to pick the right girl out here, man, because they like that out here. They lovable. They trying to, bro. They be trying to have it to where you're paying for everything, and he might be the so-called driver driving around. Now they try to play you. Yeah, they try to play you, like, for real. They're trying to play you out here. But if you got a good woman, of course she ain't gonna be going for that bullshit. Because one thing, another Dominican woman told me too, and this is not to say about, this is what the Dominican woman told me. It's not to say about, this is about all Dominican men, but she was just like, a lot of Dominican women don't really want to date Dominican men because they just got too many women all around the island. They be lying a lot too. So
that's the same thing that you hear, you and I hear about in Colombia. We hear that in Brazil. Just think about how many times we hear that in other countries we go to, that women say they don't want to date their local men because their local men have just too many. Their local men, like Cam Newton, you see what I'm saying? Just got too many. And so you like, or like Andrea is like this, like you said earlier. There are a group of good women out there that just want to date something different. And that's how Andrea is. Andrea told me, she told me when we first started dating, and she said this a couple years later, and she still says this today. She says, I just am tired of just seeing Colombian in my family. She said, I want to see something different. She said, I want to see some color. She said, I don't care if I, so like her aunts now are married to Italian dudes and Spanish dudes. She said, I want to see some mix in my family. She says one thing that we all the same color and we got all the same history. We got all the same culture. She said, that's nice. I love my culture. I love my history. She said, but I want in my family a new culture and a new history and learning new things that of different. So there are women that are not dating their own country or men in their own country just because you bring something new to the table. Are you finding that too?
Yeah, a lot of women want something different, man. You know, they're like, yo, I want to hear new music. I want to experience new things. I want to, I want something a little different. Just like how we are. We like seeing things and feeling things a little different as well. It's exciting. It's something new. It's a new experience.
Just Jules, not to cut you off, E. Just Jules, Andre, he says, where is the best place to donate? That's Cash App and PayPal. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. He said, where is the best neighborhood in Cali where we live, which is where there's 5 actually out north. So any place that you choose out north, those are the best areas. Don't and I say this a lot to guys, Aaron, don't stay where a woman that you're interested in stays, because she might be in zone 3 and 4 and you American, we bougie. You need to have your happy butt over here where we are, where the rest of us brothers are in zone 5 and 6. You American, you like modern stuff. You like your stuff to look partly remind you of home. Zone 3 and 4 ain't gonna do that for you, and definitely in the hood of the barrios of 1 and 2 ain't gonna do that for you. So don't get your spot where she stays. Get your spot in, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, in the zone 5s and 6, and Uber her out to where you are. So don't. And a lot of dudes come here in Cali and make that mistake. They'll get a spot on the south side, and the first thing I'll say, Aaron, is, "What's her name? What you talking about? Don't want you talking about me." You on the south side of Cali. That's an hour and 15 minutes away from the airport compared to where the rest of us brothers are 25 minutes from the airport. What's her name? Hell. What's her name? Maria, bruh. How far are you away from her Airbnb? I mean, away from her spot? Well, I'm really maybe like 10 minutes away from her house and her family. I met her mom and dad, blah, blah, blah. They really cool people. I say, I believe you. I agree with you, brother. But on the south side of Cali, everything is so spread out. You have to take a Uber, or you own a vehicle, or you own a moto to travel on the south side of Cali. It's just, everything is just super spread out. Really nice, really beautiful, but it's just too spread out for you to just say, well, let me walk out. Like right now, Andrea's gone to church. I could walk out and go to 10 restaurants, grocery stores, and the gym in the next 15 minutes and be back here in 30 minutes because we're on the north side. So if you're coming to Cali, La Flor, Parque Norte, where we used to live, Chippy Chape, Granada, and the furthest you want to go is northwest, which is where the Intercontinental is, which is a really nice area as well, El Peñon. So those are the 5 areas out north that you want to get a place. And if she wants to see you, go and pay that Uber ride, and she gonna ride out there because she's like, you out north? Yeah, baby, I'm on my way. Because a lot of Colombians can work out north, but they can't afford to live out north. So when they see that you live out north, they're coming out north. So don't get stuck out south, guys, here in Cali. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. All right. Let's get started, Aaron, with the video of the brother of the brother. But yeah, you guys can send it by way of, thank you very much, Tevin, by way of Cash App and PayPal. We're going to start with the video of the brother. And Aaron said that he had came across this video earlier this week, correct?
Yes, yeah. Somebody sent it to me.
All right.
And,
so
it was crazy. It was crazy. You know,
yeah,
I don't know why he did what he did, man.
Man, listen. Let me add. let me turn. Let me not remove and add to stage.
As you know, I lived in Colombia. I gotta get that out the way. I have no idea why black women are coming to Colombia until I asked. But that was after this. There was one time I went to Cartagena. I'm very much known there. I went on my favorite trip, which is the Shalom trip. And I went by myself.
Let's pause it for a second. He said, very much known there. I took a solo trip to Cartagena. So we already could tell that he doesn't live in Cartagena. He may live in Bogota. He may live in another city, but he's not living in Cartagena right now. So let's continue on, guys. Just want to lay that foundation for you.
I'm having a great time. Music is blasting. The women look good. I look to my right, there is a group of black women. Had to be about 9 to 11 of them. So deep down in me, I was like, I gotta make sure they're good. That's just naturally within me. They're in a whole nother country. They don't speak the language. And they don't know that in Shalom, those guys aim for the women so they can take advantage and take money from them. So
okay, before we go any further, Aaron, I want to hear what you have to say. He said, I look over and I see some sisters. They don't know the language. He don't know that. They may get used. He don't know that. I want to make sure that they're good. He don't know that. What do you have to say about guys that are doing this, this trying to do the rescue ranger thing?
Bro, I had a what you call them things? When somebody try to wake you up, I had an intervention.
Oh, intervention. Okay.
Yeah, but my man Chava Percy, he's like, Nick, stop it, bro, stop it. Because I used to think the same thing. I used to think the exact same thing. I'd be like, man, let me go look out for these sisters. Let me make sure they straight. Let me make sure, everything is copacetic, what they got going on. If they got any questions and everything. And all I got in return was the cold shoulder, brother. Like, all I got was, why you talking to me? I remember one time I was walking in Provenza. No, it wasn't Provenza. It was Poblado. Not Poblado, but Parque de Poblado. And I'm walking past this cafe, and I see a sister outside with her laptop. Outside with her laptop, like at a cafe. And I wanted to say, hey, how you doing? Hey, listen, you might want to take your laptop inside because this little area is known for motor robberies and everything. But when I was trying to talk to her, she was just like that. And I was like, okay, so I understand where he's coming from, but now I'm just like, hey, you out here, do you.
And that's how I look at it too. I try not to interrupt what the sisters are doing when they come here because they come here to Cali for the cultural experience. They come here like, oh, it's a huge pool of Afro-Colombians and we can combine and share our stories. So they'll come down here and it's not that many tourists down here. So they feel like they can get the African and Afro-Colombian experience because Cali is really a African city. They really focus on their African roots down here. They still hold their many here in Cali. It'll amaze you. They will have Colombian or American first names, but most of the Afro-Colombian population in Cali still have their African last name.
Oh,
that
nice.
was not taken away from them during slavery. So they still have their African last name. And so, sisters come down here to experience the roots of Africa and Afro-Colombians. And so they'll come down here for that, but at the same time getting smashed by these Afro-Colombian brothers from zone 1, zone 2. And brothers down here I got into a discussion yesterday about brothers down here rescuing on WhatsApp about brothers down here trying to rescue the women in the States. And one brother was kind of like disappointed that all the rest of us brothers was like you, we don't, if we're in other countries, we're not trying to kumbaya. We tried that in the States, it didn't work. What makes you think if we take sisters to another country that kumbaya gonna work? Or white women to another country or Latin women to another country, kumbaya gonna work? If it didn't work when we were living in the same country, what makes you think it's gonna work in a separate country? And the brother was kind of disappointed that us brothers were saying, we don't mess with stateside women. And we were like, you do. You one of those coming to America type dudes, but the rest of us were like, that's not us. We left the United States to leave the United States. Somebody made a statement to you. Shout out to Cortez. Cortez says, Aaron, you should be better off trying to be friends over. Aaron, you should be better off trying to be friends overseas with dudes within the KKK hoodies. Seriously. Because I know some white boys, in all sincerity, that are racist, and you can have some decent conversations with them outside the States compared to if they were back in the States and they were being pressured by their fellow KKK members. You don't need to be talking to those Negroes, those ninjas. But once they leave the United States, they can finally sit down and have a good conversation without being judged. My man David says this to you. He say, in the words of Andre, we cannot go out like this simping individual. Absolutely correct. Good Time Grego says this. He said Kumbaya is a cruise or a resort. That's what you intro. I don't get that one. I think you conversing with somebody in the stream.
Get out of here, Tedder. That's my boy, man. That's my boy, though.
Oh, that's definitely my dude. He's always giving good content and always supporting everybody. Shout out to Grego. Shout out to Grego. He said rescue ship sailed a long time. He said trying to rescue the black community. That sailed a long time ago.
Hey, like I said, I had to have an intervention. I had to have a sit down because I was making dudes look bad. I was like, yo. As a matter of fact, one of my guys out there, and you've been on panels with him, my boy Dre. Same incident. We in a little bar, a nice ass bar in Parque Yeres in Medellin. There's some sisters sitting across, and my guy Jay, who owns the bar, came across and said, "Hey man, the ladies want to know if you're gonna buy them some drinks." And we was just like, "Hell no," you know. So we end up leaving, and the girls call us over. They're just like, "Hey, come over." And my boy Dre, man, I never forget this face he had. He looked at me with like disdain. He was like, "What is you doing right now, bro?" I was like, "Let's talk to him. Let's not talk to him." And even the girls peeped it out. They were just like, "Hey, what's wrong with your friend over there?" He had a funeral or something. And, you know, because everybody ended up being cool. We ended up all going out, but you know, like I said, I had to have intervention because in my eyes, we all American. Black, we all from the community. Like, let's chop it up. Let's link up. Let's, come kumbaya this thing. But I didn't know that goes against the passport bro rules.
True. Shout out to my man James Palmer. Go ahead. Shout out to my man James Palmer of the Palmer family, first of his name. He said, let them be. James, do me a favor. And moderators, do me a favor. Let guys know we got 107 people in here. Click the like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. And make sure that when you guys give directly to the PayPal or to the Cash App, because we don't get that money. YouTube gets it. We don't have the access to monetization on this channel anymore. I'm in the middle of the appeal again with YouTube to get the channel monetized again and get control of the channel. So whenever you guys give to YouTube, we don't get the proceeds. But because you gave the video, we're going to go ahead and give you the proceed video anyway. Once again with our girl Daphne. Wait a minute. Do I got one? A good one? Yeah, let me give you that Shaggy tattoo. When Daphne put that not Daphne, but Thelma put the Shaggy tattoo.
Let the show begin.
Yeah, damn. My.
Shout out to Shaggy getting a tat on Thelma. Shout out to you. And shout out to you also, brother James. But yes, guys, gentlemen, make sure that if you're going to give to the channel, like Zion did, like Beard's World did, like Terrence, as well as Vincent did, and others, and James and others have done, make sure that you do it by way of PayPal or the Cash App. And what we're doing right now, like I mentioned earlier, we're getting it set up with the tech guys. And Aaron helped me out last night. Shout out to you, Aaron, for letting me. Aaron sent me $1 to test it. And what we're getting it set up now is you guys will be able to put a full a message on Cash App. So we'll have a full message, and whenever you guys donate the Cash App, a video will automatically pop up, one of the 10-second, 15-second videos. So I got some of the videos that I'm putting out with the female police officers, as well as, as the cowgirls. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to the tech guys, and shout out to Aaron for just sending me $1 and testing it. And it all worked out good, but it's going to take us about a week to get everything set up. And you guys are going to be amazed at how we're going to get everything put together. We're also going to be able to do vertical videos like Angry Man, where he has up and lower cameras. We're going to do that kind of like how we have it now, when we can set up the cameras. And let's see if we go here. Not here, right here. So if I were to go here, you'll be able to see us vertically. That's why we have the new camera. So when I'm talking to Aaron, I can talk this way, and I could talk to you guys that way. But right now, since we have a guest, of course, I'm going to bring Aaron back on. But just to let you guys see that we have it vertically, just like our boy Angry Man. He's not the only one that can do it. Love Crossing Borders is doing some great things for you guys as well. Let's get back to here.
Is that through StreamYard? That's dope.
That's through StreamYard. Wow. StreamYard just announced. They just announced. Let me pull this camera down a little bit. StreamYard just announced that you can do the dual cameras on StreamYard, but we have their highest package.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, you could do it on StreamYard now. So now let me go back right here. No, let me go back right here. And I'll remove this one. And now it's just you and I. But let's go back to the video with the brother. That's what we want to see. So once again, guys, we're doing this video to let you guys know you gotta stop trying to be rescue rangers for these women in these stateside women. You're thinking that they're damsels in distress. And I'm gonna say something else, Aaron, before we go any further. And I want to hear your take on this. And I mean this, and this is something that been on my mind for years about all of us. So Rumble, Instagram, listen up. Facebook, shout out to you too. I know you're here too. We're gonna set up TikTok in a couple of weeks. One of the things that I noticed, the reason why the price of pay for play went up, the reason why a lot of dudes get scoped or scammed, the reason why guys get used by stateside women when they come to other countries. American men are too damn nice. We were raised to be nice. We were raised to be respectful because many of us were raised by our mamas. So we were raised to be respectful to women. We were raised to rescue women, and we do it in other countries. And we're the ones that made the price of pay for play go up because we're too damn nice. We're the ones that women from the States be cussing at or fussing at in other countries because we too damn nice. We're the ones that get scammed and scoped by women that we wouldn't give 5 seconds. Hey, sexy boo. 5 seconds of time to in the United States, but we come to other countries and give those same types of women our time because American men globally are known for being too damn nice. What do you have to say about that, Aaron? You put yourself on mute.
No, I'm saying you're absolutely correct, man. You got to kind of break through that little mold, that little programming. You got to, deprogram yourself to a certain degree and upload the new operating system of this culture to a certain degree. Don't be like, in no culture in the world do women respect a sucker. No. Period. I don't care. It could be the nicest culture. You could be in Asia somewhere, in Japan. You could be in Thailand somewhere. But if you're a sucker, they just don't. Matter of fact, they got different names for simps in almost every country. Did you know that? I forgot what they call them in Venezuela, but it's like every culture has a name for a simp and a hoe too. So it's in every culture, bro. A man that does anything for a woman without any type of regard for himself, basically. So we gotta get out of that. We gotta get out. And we come from a country where that's pretty much the norm.
Yeah.
Like women
And
don't really respect nice guys. They might like them to a certain degree, tolerate them, but they really don't see.
No.
A nice guy is like a woman with no tits and no booty. She's cool.
I love how you put that.
You know, she's cool. You might like her, right? But she just doesn't do it for you. She might be the sweetest woman in the world, Andre. You might, I love her. She might cook everything, do everything you want, but she just ain't got no tits, no ass, no lips, no nothing. She's nothing impressive. That's what a nice guy is in a woman's eyes.
True. So
be a little bit of a challenge, man. Be indifferent. That's the one word, because when I say that, I think guys think they gotta automatically be bad boys. No, you gotta be a bad boy. Be yourself, but be real. Be indifferent. That's my go-to. I'm just a little indifferent sometimes. What I mean by that is, I might say, "Hey, how you doing? Have a nice day," or I might just be like, "Huh? What? What are you talking about?" Stuff like that. That makes women just kind of like makes them a little itchy down there. They get a little, oh, why is he acting like this today? Like, why is he? Oh, Aaron, you're so nice to me usually. Why you have attitude with me today or something like that? So be indifferent sometimes. And I'm not a dating coach. I'm just
shout out to the dating coaches. Shout out to the
dudes be like, oh, you trying to be a dating coach now? No, bro. Just saying.
We're just telling you guys experiences. We really are. And shout out to my man Shakofa, the Shakar in the building. Shout out to you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, brother, with the $10 love of the game. Appreciate you, brother. But you're absolutely correct, Aaron. Correct. It is. I was like that, leaving the United States. Other guys have like that. Our first, we had to get out of that mode of the American nice guy. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Literally, some of you hardest thug dudes that don't take no mess in the States, when you leave the United States and go to other countries, you make the same mistakes that we make. Some of you dudes in the States, you knock out artists. Some of you dudes from the States, you're guys, some of the most intelligent dudes. Some of you brothers from the States are shrewd businessmen. Get your shrewd ass to another country and you go to Cartagena or Barranquilla and you around the Venezuelan women, all that shrewdness disappears. So when me and Aaron say this, don't think because you're a tough guy persona in the States, you're going to be using in another country. Because Aaron and I can attest, we've seen some of the hardest dudes open up that wallet. Some of the thriftiest, stingiest, Scroogeist dudes open up that wallet for a Colombiana, and give her extra 200,000 pesos and will ruin the price of pay for play. I give you a perfect example. Just today, I was with a brother, shout out to my brother, and he was about to give a tip to a guy in a store, just a regular store, Aaron. And I said, bro, don't do that. He said, what? Why? I say, bro, this is just a regular everyday store like in the States. Do you give tips at the grocery store in the States? You're such a good clerk. Here's an extra $10. Do you do that in the States? No. I say, don't do this here. I say, because what you're going to do is mess up the price that they have already set, and you're going to mess it up for the next brother that walks through the door. I say, perfect example is how dudes ruined the price of pay for play in DR, in Thailand, in Colombia, and Brazil with over tipping. And the women said, well, they're willing to over tip, they willing to overpay. And they decided that now you guys have to pay in US dollars. In many of these areas, what do you want, $100 for 30 minutes? What do you know about dollars? I didn't know anything until you guys started tipping too much. Am I lying, Aaron?
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
Yep. So guys, that American nice guy, that man, it is globally known that American dudes, you can gringo, whether it be white or black. We're not just talking about the white guys get used over. Dude, they wait for you brothers. Oh, he's a gringo. Girl, you know you can get an extra 115,000 pesos out of him. Why? He's a green. Americans are known for being too damn nice. You will pay. Here's the crazy part. You are paying 400,000 pesos for the same coochie that a Colombian or a Dominican or Brazilian might pay 20 to 40,000 pesos for. Colombian dude ain't gonna pay no 400. That's $100. They only making 250, 275 to 425 a month. You think they're gonna take a quarter of what they make per month to bust a nut for 30 minutes behind their wife back? Hell no, girl. If you don't take these goddamn 15,000 pesos and give me that same coochie you gave me of American, am I lying, Aaron?
For sure, man. Yeah, for sure.
Guys don't want to admit that. But let's get back to the video, because it's not about this video is not about what's going on with the Colombian women. We just want to give you guys a little heads up. Don't be too nice as an American. But we're going to go back to this video of a brother that was just being too nice as an American. Let me slide that video back just a little bit.
That in Shalom, those guys aim for the women so they could take advantage and take money from them. So I went to them and told them about the prices, told them, hey, make sure you get the prices and write them down, because at the end, they will throw some extra 100,000 pesos on you, and you have nothing to use as proof. I connected with one of the girls. She was really cute. We was talking. We was kind of caked up. Bill came for the table. You can tell everything I said was coming true. So they come to me and say, why do they overcharge on this? I was like, I told you, get the prices. Stop getting so belligerent drunk and get the prices. So me being the person that I am, I reach into my bag and give them 300,000 pesos. That's 75 US dollars. Now in US, that's not a lot, but in Colombia, that's big time. I said, don't worry about it. Take this. You know, they grabbed it. One of them said, thank you. The other ones looked at me like, oh, this is what you should do, and it's giving. Well, I was by myself at Shalom. I realized I don't.
So let's pause right there for a second, Aaron. This brother gave the sisters 300,000 pesos. Sisters he ain't never met before. He ain't never seen these women in his life. And he gave these women 300,000 pesos. What do you have to say about that?
Good job, man. You did the right thing. Hey, you know, nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. That's bad move, player. They don't respect it anyway. You got women from the States, man. They don't respect any date under like $400-500. So $75, even though it goes a long way. We know it goes a long way in Colombia, but for them, that was a drop in the bucket. They probably don't understand why you didn't pay the whole thing.
Oh, we'll get to that. In the words of LL, and my rhyme ain't done. Let's go back to the video. Yes, shout out to my man James Palmer once again for the $10 proceeds as well. Let's go back to the video. Well, here we go. We'll come over here.
I know how I'm getting back, because
we're gonna bring that back. I want you guys to see that again.
That's 75 US dollars. Now in US, that's not a lot, but in Colombia, for the table, you can tell everything I said was coming true. So they come to me and say, why do they overcharge on this? I was like, I told you, get the prices. Stop getting so belligerent drunk and get the prices. So me being the person that I am, I reach into my bag and give them 300,000
being the person that I am.
75 US dollars. Now in US, that's not a lot, but in Colombia, that's big time. I said, don't worry about it. Take this. You know, they grabbed it. One of them said, thank you. The other ones looked at me like, oh, this is what you should do, and it's giving. Well, I was by myself at Shalom. I realized I don't know how I'm getting back, because the tour I was with kind of dipped. I asked the group, I said, can I talk to whoever is running y'all boat? I will pay them, and they can take me back to shore. And that's what I did. I went to the captain. I paid him 250,000 pesos, which is about $60. And I sat in the front right next to the cutie, right? So we're just chopping it up, but then I can see across. Something was brewing. Their total bill came, and it was like 1.2 million, like $300. And I'm just sitting up there by myself. And I noticed the men are in the back, but I'm the only man in the front. One of the girls starts looking at me. She said, why are you here? And I was like, I just paid to be on this boat so I can go back to shore. She was like, you see these women over here stressed about this bill, and you ain't going to do nothing about this? What? I didn't even know I had to do that. So then
now, in the words of Kevin Samuel, sign language, They use shame, guilt, insult, make the man feel bad, shame the man. Do realize that this is what the sisters in Cartagena and Colombia and throughout Colombia are doing. They do the same thing here in Cali. They waiting for you guys to be Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Let's continue on. Their bill was $300 and he paid $75 of it. Total strangers. That's something Aaron would do.
And it's 9 of them, by the way. So that bill's not even that high when you break it down. They all put in.
Thank you. And once again, I repeat, that sounds like something Aaron would do in Thailand. Rescue an American woman. Based off of the history, we got 112 people in here that can verify this is what Aaron would do. Based off the history of what Aaron would say, you know, remember that once upon a time there was a bald LGBTQ woman in Thailand.
Hey man,
she was stuck in Japan. Aaron, I'm gonna hear what you got to say. She was stuck in Japan, and Aaron said, I would have got her a hotel room. I would have gave her a few dollars, man. I threw her a couple $100. Aaron has yet to throw me that couple $100 that he would have threw to the sister. This is the same sister that tore up the beauty salon in Thailand. This is the same sister that got arrested in Thailand. The same one that flew out her gay girlfriend. Shout out to the LGBTQ community. I ain't mad at you.
Brick lady.
See what I'm saying? Aaron would have rescued these women. So based off of the track record, Aaron, go ahead.
I have two sides of me, Andre. You got Aaron and you got BMT.
Okay.
Aaron is the giving side. That's the simp side. The BMT is the hell no to the hell no side. So she met Aaron that day. I had to help her sister out.
Okay, you had to help her sister out. In less than a week, this sister was getting arrested for tearing up the beauty salon.
Yeah. Shout out to her, man. And you know what's funny? It's another sister out there that had a similar story out there in Thailand, but I forgot to break that story down. Somebody sent it to me not too long ago. So I don't know why sisters go on broke in Thailand. I don't know why it's the thing now to do. I have no idea.
And it's not that expensive in Thailand.
No, not at all.
Once you make it out there, you good.
Yeah, you can get a sunroom, what they call a sunroom, which is a room with a fan and no AC for like less than $200 a month. If anything, if push comes to shove, like there's almost, I have yet to have seen a homeless person in Thailand.
T-Mac says Aaron was wearing a cape, but he doesn't discriminate. He gives people equal opportunity.
Man, I was looking for. I swear to God, I was looking for my little cape before I came on the show, bro. I was going to tie it up in my neck right here and throw it on right there.
Oh, you see how I did the thumbnail with the black Superman carrying the big girl?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Shout out to my man Growth Talk over on Instagram, as well as my man HK Forever on Instagram. Roaming Keith, shout out to Keith over there on Instagram as well, and Jacqueline over there on Instagram as well. Shout out to you, Jacqueline. And thank you for being here, as well as G Turner being here. G Turner, first of his name. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. And Oliver has been just having me laughing the whole time. He said, entitled, talking about the American women that this brother's dealing with. Entitled, they expect the world over to cater to them. Uncle Sam and simply BWs have spoiled them. I mean, BMs have spoiled them. Yes, I watched a video on simps and how simps have just ruined everything. I can't think of anything when it comes to travel. I don't know if Aaron can think of anything, but when it comes to travel, simps have basically put their thumbprint on everything. Pay for play price. Simps ruined that. Going to other countries and not getting scammed as much. Simps ruined that. There was such thing as a gringo price, but simps got gringo prices on a whole nother level. When it comes to dating and going out, you could tell a simp, listen, and my wife always says this, we don't date in Colombia. We hang out. We don't do what you guys do as far as the dating thing. You You just ask me, hey, you want to want to drink? You want to go get something to eat? You want to go get some ice cream? You want to get some coffee? Let's go hang out. That's Colombia. But you simps have come over and brought dating to Colombia. Simps have Did you know this, Aaron? I just found out about this today. Did you know that simps in the United States has speaking of OF, simps in 2023, 2024 has made $6.6 billion. Here's the analogy to let you understand that. That's every NBA player's salary combined. Every NBA player combined, men has spent that amount of money on OF in the United States alone. You simps, you F up. I don't know who not to trust the most, simps or you ninjas. I'm a black man. Aaron a black man. We already know black men don't like ninjas. Ninjas don't like black men. But I'm telling you, who's starting to take over and getting on our last nerve are you simps.
Mm-hmm. They out there.
They
I don't know what's more dangerous, Pookie's the simps or plantation bros.
Right.
But the simps be traveling, so I would consider them to be a little bit more dangerous.
At least plantation bros are just all talk. They ain't going nowhere.
Facts.
You can let them talk. Yeah, a lot of guys don't know that stat. I just came across that headline that came out yesterday.
Yeah, I can send you the picture. I don't know if you can pull it up, but I got the little picture of it too.
Let's see.
I don't know do I send it to you on WhatsApp or?
You can send it to me you can send me on WhatsApp and I can send it over to I can send it to myself.
Okay, hold on. Let me because we posted it in the group yesterday.
Wow. Yep, there we go. Yep. Let me send it to myself right now. And it's just amazing. Most dudes don't even realize. I think wait a minute. That was you that announced it.
Yeah. Announced
you were talking about it yesterday. That's where I heard it from. Because a lot of times I watch a show and I might be in the background. I may not say anything, or I'll send a super chat and I'll just, keep on going.
And the crazy part about this, which is so even more crazier, is it's the passport bros that's so controversial and get all the controversy and all the backlash. But yet this OnlyFans and male porn addiction is a huge problem in the West.
It is.
Right? It's a huge problem, and that needs to be the controversial thing. Why, we're making bum chicks multi-millionaires. It was one little chick. I mean, bro, she's like in my eyes, maybe a 7.5. All she do is suck rubber balloons and do cucumbers and give oral behind trash cans on construction sites and shit. And she made like $10-15 million on OnlyFans, bro. And I'm seeing her like, dudes is paying for that. I'm like, this is what y'all actually paying this moment monthly, $30-$40 to see a bum looking dusty chick do nefarious things in a construction site.
Yep. I remember when I was in Florida, I had some really good friends that worked at Hooters and Wing House. And Wing House is kind of like the off branch or off-branch version of Hooters, right? And they would say that there was a dude, white dude would come in every 3 months, and he knew when all the women would come on staff, and he would tell the ladies, "What's your shoe size?" And all the ladies would come and tell their shoe size.
Mm-hmm.
He said that once the ladies told their shoe sizes, he would come back within 3 days with a brand new pair of if they wore whatever it was, Nikes at work or Skechers or whatever it is, whatever there was that were comfortable. But they had to give him They had to give them their used shoes, and they could not be washed. They had to be used. Do you know that this white dude was selling Wing House or Hooters girls shoes on eBay for $500 to $700 a piece, and never was able to keep up with inventory?
Oh wow!
As long as these dudes could smell these women's feet, they had no problem with presenting, purchasing the shoes. Some dudes even paid up to $1,000 on eBay for a pair of Hooters shoes, used Hooters shoes.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And this dude he was only paying like $40, $50 for the women's shoes to be replaced. He had been doing it for years. And if I'm not mistaken, he might still be doing it to this day. It's just crazy how. Let me see if I can screen share this real quick. Yeah, let's screen share what Aaron was talking about in regards to the NBA. No, right here. I guess that's not popping up for me. Is readily. Let me go back over here to me and Aaron, and then I'll present it in a different way. But yeah, it's crazy, dudes. Ain't nothing wrong with being a freak. Instagram ain't nothing wrong with being freaky. I'm just letting you guys know that now. But at the end of the day, when it's just overboard, when it's not what it's all cracked up to be, you guys have to realize that it is not what it's all cracked up to be. Let's see right here. And let me go here. Present video file. Pictures. Let me go to downloads. See, it's not showing in downloads either. But we're talking, what I'm talking about right now is, I know what I can do. I can screenshot it. Just due to the fact that guys are spending this level of money on the ladies, it's just hilarious. And that's just in the States. So just imagine how Aaron and I look at some guys when it comes to having a passport.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys got passports and you are just, can I be honest? Some of you guys are women worshipers and you need to stay in the States. I wish I could say it differently. Some of you guys, your mama taught you to worship women. Am I lying, Aaron?
Yeah, it's true.
You worship women.
The biggest thing that happens with young men, especially coming from our community, is when a young black male grows up with a two-parent household, at some point he'll recognize his father low-key or hardly checking his mom, right? And when he sees that, that's going to set a tone for him for the rest of his life. Like, okay, my mom be bugging sometimes. I see that I have to be with my father is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen that interview that Will Smith do. Not Will Smith do, but Will Smith said about his dad. He said his dad he used to beat his mom.
Yeah.
And he was telling Jada Pinkett that, right? So not to say you got to do all that, but I'm just saying it's a difference in guys that grew up in two-parent households that see that when their mom get out of line, they see how their father kind of handles it, whether it be a stare, whether it be a hard check, like, But when you don't see that growing up, and your mom just all over the place, and she doing all types of dumb shit, and you start to recognize it, and you say something, and she backslaps you, then you grow up internalizing that BS. That's okay to be that way. With in essence, even when you was 12, 13, you was actually right as a little boy. She was tripping. She was bugging out. She was making bad decisions. But you wasn't able to stand on it because you were so young. So that's why a lot of young men grow up in adulthood never being able to correct or even challenge their women.
It's kind of funny that you would say that. I talked about that on stage during the conclave. I told dudes the truth. I say, man, I used to come home. I remember a couple times I came home to my mama whooping somebody's ass over $20. I'm looking for a grilled cheese sandwich and some tomato soup. And mom out there whooping the female. My mom was straight streets. So baking cookies, no, but she'll show you how to break down the gun and clean it real quick. My mom was straight pimps and players from the 60s, 70s. And so that's all she knew. And that's all she kind of like presented. So when she tried to be a mom at the same time, be a player, it was like sometimes I'm at the house, I'm seeing my mom pistol whipping a chick before dinner type of thing. And I told that at the conclave. Some of you guys don't want to admit that your mom was not a perfect person. Not that she was a bad person. My mom was a great mom. But if I owed her money, I knew there was problems at hand. So, if I was a total stranger, not all of us grew up with excellent mothers. And so now we're starting to see the results of it. And like, once again, for many of us, it's by way of I don't know why I'm going through this and not being able to pull this photo up. Maybe I could pull up the article, but I should be able to pull this. I don't know why I'm not able to pull this up. OnlyFans creator made more last year than every NBA player. Let's see. Let me see if I can just pull it up for us. OnlyFans made more than every NBA player. I'll have to type it. Sometimes it works. It's listening to me. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. I'm going to freeze for a split second, but let me just make sure that my Wi-Fi is connected correctly. That goes for you on Instagram, guys. Okay, let's see if it works for me now. There, man, OnlyFans just came up. Let me put this on the screen. Aaron is not lying. And I knew you weren't, but goodness gracious, this is crazy. It says, so how can OnlyFans or OF ever earn more than these stars? Well, simply because they were more content creators than the NBA players. Basketball Forever found in 2023. OF or OnlyFans creators all in all earned a whopping 6.6 billion. I'm going to pause right there. Aaron, as much as guys don't give to us on Cash Apps, Super Chats, PayPal, Patreon, buying products, buying t-shirts, we appreciate all that you do, guys, but we know that when it comes to giving to the ladies, y'all give way more money on YouTube to ladies than y'all give to your own brothers.
All day long.
Oh, dude, you same brothers. We will see your face. Y'all think we dumb? We watch the same YouTubers that y'all do. I'm not hating. Go do what you do. You a grown man, do what you. But when y'all go on Danica Marie, I see the same dudes that will give a super chat of $3, $5, $15, $7.23 on Love Crossing Borders or Black Men Travel, and all of a sudden, not even a day later, you on Danica Marie or on Crimson Cure or another sister, and no hate on the sisters. Y'all giving $500, $215.33. And me and Aaron will be, am I lying, Aaron? You will sit back, you'll be like, what the? This dude been following me for am I lying? Been following me for 4 years. You like, he giving Danica Marie. So my point is, not because of cash out. We're not talking about us. We really aren't. We're saying that men are willing to pay for sex and sexy no matter what country you're in. I'll say this again, including you black men. You are willing to pay for sex and or somebody that's sexy no matter what country you're in. So to sit back and see this statistics, it is not 6.6 billion. Most of y'all men, you know that, compared to the 4.9 billion earned by NBA players. We're talking about Hall of Famers right now, Aaron. Hall of Famers that didn't make OF money. Hall of Famers that did not make OF money. So when I say that, guys, you deal with beautiful bottom feeders, the reason why you deal with beautiful bottom feeders in another country, because that's what you do in the States with your proceeds. And like we said, we all grown men. You can do what you want to do with your money. We ain't hating, but we're just proving a point that, guys, there are habits that you got to get out of before you leave the States, because you guys are in the habit in the States of paying for beautiful bottom feeders. You will come to Colombia, Thailand, Brazil, DR, and parts of Africa and deal with beautiful bottom feeders with your money, because that's the habit that you already have while you in the United States. Am I lying, Aaron?
Correct. Very correct.
We got to break this habit, guys. Like I said, if you don't give us another dime, we ain't mad at you. We'd be disappointed, but we wouldn't be mad at you. But guys, 6.6 billion worth of females that you will never see in your life. Remember the one white boy, Aaron, that paid $30,000 to go see his favorite OF fan, his favorite OF female, and she took that money and took her real boyfriend on a trip around the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think 15,000 or 20 or 30 or 30 up to 30,000. White boy, of course, but it could be you brothers too, the way y'all be feeding Danica and all the rest of them females. And like I said, we ain't hating. Do not think we hating. Let the sisters get their money too. But when y'all come over to your black men, we give y'all information on how to travel. Them sisters don't give you that. We give you information on how to take free courses. Those sisters don't do that. We give you information on how to go get therapy if you need it. The sisters don't do that. We try to introduce you to, if you're a person that's in the military, we try to introduce you to other military brothers. The sisters don't do that. And y'all give us crumbs in super chats and PayPal and Cash Apps. Not hating on lead attorney. Lead attorney don't do that. Kevin Samuels didn't do that. All the information that we give you guys to where you can literally take your life and step by step, systematically take your life to another level. And we get, like my man Caesar says, we get pennies. We ain't hating because we're going to give y'all that information anyway. But don't think we don't see it. That's all I'm saying. Don't think that when y'all go over to the baddies and y'all look out for the baddies. We're not looking at you like that's the same brother that gave me $2.15. He just gave the sister $215. So I defer to the point that this brother in the video is making. American men love rescuing bottom feeder women. You love it. You can't lie. You love it. You love paying, like I said, paying for just to sniff the shoes of a Hooters girl. You will pay for it. You will go on OF and have OF make more money in 2024, 2023 than the whole NBA league. You men, do not blame this on white boys. It's us brothers too. But let's get back to the video, because I want, like I said, I don't want to airing up the whole evening. But goodness gracious, brothers, let's not pretend like it ain't is what it is. Let's get back to the video. Let me pull this up. There we go.
In my mind, I'm just like, does she know she in Colombia? I can uppercut you right now, then
I
pay the
forgot
boat
to cut
off,
that out.
and nobody will even know.
Out.
Oh my God, he hit me. No, he didn't, because I paid everybody.
Keep that part out.
No, I just sat there and took it.
Let's ignore what he just said, guys. That part.
Like, you know, if you got it, you could have just paid it. And I'm like, word? They were like, well, you're the man. I'm the man. I gotta pay your $300 bill. I just met y'all, and I gave y'all $75 earlier, and I just met y'all. She was like, well, if you ain't gonna add in, then you're gonna get off our boat. I was like, I'm not getting off shit. All the girls are rallying. Shout out to the one queen. There was one that stood up and said, wait, hold on, he did help us out a lot. Man, they shut her down quick. You know how the herd mind is. If you ain't agreeing with them, you and I. That girl thing is a lie. They sent her in the back of the boat too. So I'm sitting up there uncomfortable. I got a bunch of ratchets going on, talking under their breath about me. They was like, you better get off, my friend. So I put my arm away. And in my mind, I'm just like, I gotta get off this boat. I don't want to crash out. She's like, you gotta go to the back of the boat. I was like, I ain't going.
We're going to pause for a split second just to let you guys understand the boat situation. So after he was at the restaurant with them, he ended up going to his boat that he was, excursion, because it's a small island outside of Cartagena. They all had lunch and everything. And so his boat that he was with, that group left. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pay a couple thousand pesos to this boat that's sitting right here to get back to the mainland. He said, I went on here and paid the dude 250,000 pesos. This dude loved to give out money. Ain't no problem. But to get back to the mainland in Cartagena, I understand. So now he's describing they're on the boat. The ladies have not paid for their part of the boat ride. He's sitting up front with the captain. The sisters are fussing at him like, you should pay for our ride. Wait a minute. I just gave you 300,000 pesos at the restaurant, and I don't know you. Now you want me to pay for your ride, all you ladies ride. So that's where he is right now, just in case you guys are wondering, how did he get to the boat? So let's go back to his scenario.
Going nowhere. I paid to be here. This is our boat. Well, actually, you haven't paid your bill. So after that, liquor sat in. The boat ride from Chalon to Cartagena is an hour long. You know where I'm getting. The liquor is sitting in. I gotta use the bathroom. So I'm thinking in my mind, I gotta stand up with all of these hyenas already upset with me because I'm not paying their bill. But it got to the point where I was like, I gotta really use the bathroom.
Hey, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
You notice that they hyenas now.
Right.
They hyenas now. They weren't hyenas when he was in the States. They weren't hyenas when he moved to Colombia. They weren't hyenas when he decided to get a ticket and take a little solo excursion to, because he's living in Colombia now. Let me go to Cartagena real quick. They weren't hyenas when he was in that restaurant where he should have been minding his own business on that island. They weren't hyenas when he came out his proceeds, his pleasure proceeds, to help pay their bill. They weren't hyenas when he got on the same boat with them. Now, when they say, well, you should pay for all of our Right. Now, they're hyenas. Now y'all want to get y'all feelings when the sisters have been showing who they. The one thing that I try to say, Aaron, I know that you noticed this too, and I want to hear what you have to say about this. Mm-hmm. In most scenarios, in every country, whether it be stateside women or the women that we meet in new countries, the only person that's lying is you lying to yourself as men when it comes to these women. Do you find that men lie to themselves a lot when it comes to women in other countries?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely, man. You know, I see it all the time. You know, guys link up with women that's, I never say a woman's out of a man's league. So let me try to put it in a better way. I would say that, especially with us, we're looking for some form of validation from women. Right. And when women can kind of intuitively know that, they kind of take advantage of it, you know, and manipulating us because they know we got egos. So I think that's like the big issue for the most part.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know, all they got to do is just stroke that ego a little bit or shame you in regards to your ego. Mm-hmm. But we got to stop, man. You can't bring that American Rescue Ranger, Chippendale, I'm the Black Superman, Man of Steel mindset to other countries and think that it's going to work. It didn't work in the States, gentlemen. It didn't work in the States. You rescuing stateside women didn't work, did it? Nope. Even though you got stateside female friends or colleagues, we're not talking about all stateside women. I'm going to say this again. Aaron and I are not talking about all women in the States that travel, especially. But for the most part, no. You guys have to look at America. This is how I do, Aaron. I look at American women, no matter what race, color, creed, as if it was 9 lions walking down the street. One of them is toothless and fangless. One of those lions have no teeth, has no fangs. I just don't know which one it is yet. And so when it comes to stateside women, I don't care what race, color, or creed, I leave them all alone. If they're a westernized woman, I leave them all alone. When I do interviews with white people, with white dudes, that's flip-flops and sandals, and they're all up in the heels of
Hey, Dre, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Be right back.
When they're all up in the hills of Salanto, small towns in Colombia, and I'll see the white boys up there, I'll interview the white dudes, and I won't say nothing to the women. Why? I do not discriminate on, I don't know what sassiness might come out. I don't know if sassiness might come out of Karen. Her Karen might show up in Colombia. I'll say it again. I don't know if her Karen is going to show up in Colombia or if the sister sassiness is going to show up in Colombia. So I treat them all stateside the same. So if you think I'm just talking about sisters, I'm talking about all the westernized women. UK women, don't say nothing to me, keep it pushing. Australia women, don't say nothing to me, keep it pushing. Women from the States, don't say nothing to me, keep it pushing. You Canadian chicks, don't say nothing to Andre, keep it pushing. Once again, guys, if you are supporting the channel, make sure you support the channel only by PayPal and Cash App. We do not receive the proceeds that go to the super chats. Only YouTube gets your money. So when you donate to YouTube, they get the money. We don't get none of that. Shout out to my man, Mike T. Appreciate you, brother. Mike T says, what's up, Dre and BMT? Another great topic. But because James showed love, shout out to you, James. Let's bring James a video real quick. We're going to bring, let's bring back the cornbread.
Let the show begin.
Yeah, damn. Lord Jesus.
You know what the funny part is? She is half black and half, I think, Mexican. That female that y'all see, that's Daphne, and then she does the Thelma, and she does on all our videos. She's half black and half Mexican. Just in case you guys are wondering, what is she? Yep. I know, right? Damn. But yeah, guys, I kid you not. Stop trying to befriend. Stop this with this kumbaya, dude. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna show something real quick while Aaron is gone. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. There's a reason why I'm showing this. You guys have seen this 1,000 times, but I want you to really take a look at it. I stopped it right there on purpose. And I put those people in our intro, civil rights leaders. I want to say this again. Civil rights leaders in our intro on purpose. These were civil rights leaders that were waiting for the kumbaya moment of black people in the 60s, 70s, and even in the 50s. It never happened. And you know what they did? I show you on every intro, your civil rights leaders got their passports and left. I got to find the one with Stokely Carmichael, the one that created Black Power, Umgawa. He went back home to the Caribbeans. After all that civil rights movement, went right back home to the Caribbeans. He's like, these brothers and sisters are not going to, there is no such thing in human history of a culture perfectly coming together. Ask the Latin community. Mexicans and Puerto Ricans don't get along. Colombians and Chileans, no. Argentinians and everybody in South America, the other 11 countries, they can't stay in Argentina. Spain think they're better than the Argentinians. So even if you're of Latin descent, you know that there is no such thing as the kumbaya among Latin community. We as black people in America think if we rescue our sisters in Cartagena, we are part of the kumbaya. Stop that shit. I'm not saying don't come together as black people. Don't support us don't be unified. Don't try to build up as a community. That would be foolish of me. But what I'm saying is stop looking for this utopia of black men and black women that these women cannot stand you in the States. They divorce you. Okay, here we go, Aaron. They will divorce you at an 80% rate in the States. They will charge you with child support up to 30%, and you're not even a father. 30% of the men in the United States ain't even a damn daddy.
Damn.
You're not even a daddy, and you paying child support. And many men have already proven and got the paperwork and the DNA to prove it. And the courts still say, yo, black, go still play. Go still pay. These women are not going to sit back and say, no, he doesn't need to pay. He's not the father. These women are sitting back saying in the United States to you black men, these sisters that you want to do the kumbaya bullshit with, when you get to Cartagena, these are the same women that are saying we make more money than men. Statistically, the average woman, including sisters in the United States, only still make 84 cents to the dollar compared to the average black male. Your sisters only make 84 cents, bro. That's it. Why you make $1? But according to them, we boss bees. We balling. Let me make sure the live stream is still doing great. We're boss bees and we're balling. These are the same women that won't tell you statistically, globally, the average rich woman made her money off the backs of men that either they divorced or have died. I'll say this again. Over 80% of women that are rich in the world, including your kumbaya sisters, got that. The reason why women in the United States own more houses, black women own more houses than black men in the United States. The reason why, due to the divorce, they get alimony and child support, and they take that money and use it as a down payment for a new house, or they got the house that y'all own together while y'all were married. So you don't have that house. 80%. And then here you come with your happy ass to another country. You crisp and clean. You done got your credit right. You done got your mind right. You got your passport and you're fine. And then you come to another country and you want to rescue the same women that give less than a damn about you in the United States. And then you want to criticize us brothers for telling you that the women don't give a damn about you in the United States, and they wouldn't. Let's put it like this. If the shoe was on the other foot and that brother was sitting there by himself, Aaron, and he got gringo priced in Cartagena on an island, I bet you not one of them sisters would have stood up and gave his happy ass 300,000 pesos. Stop trying to rescue people. God damn, American men. I'm so tired of y'all acting so weak. That's the one thing that I have learned about American men everywhere. Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong. Compared to dudes, the part that gets me the most, Aaron, and I know that I'm sounding like I'm ranting. The part that gets me the most is this. Dudes that have less education in other countries, less connections, less network, less global experience, and less money, know how to treat women better than our money having ass, education asses, focused asses, group having asses, connection having asses do as American men. We've been to more places, got more money, more things, and we're still fucking simps. We fucked up the prices of pay for play. We fucked up the prices of Airbnbs in Medellin and in other parts of the world. We fucked up the prices of food. We fucked up the price of what we ain't fucked up as American men, as Western men. And so when somebody tells you, stop treating these American women like the queens to be, leave them women alone. Y'all think we criticize it. I had a brother tell me yesterday, y'all hating sisters. Because we don't want to, because of that video, we don't want to give tips to sisters. Y'all hating on your sisters. You supposed to support them if they're in other countries. Well, God damn it, everybody's not Aaron.
Right.
Oh, you didn't think I was gonna come? Oh, you didn't think I was gonna say that? You didn't think I was gonna, you didn't think I was gonna talk about you and the Thailand chick? But I know Aaron is tired of just repeating the same thing over and over again. Stop being a fucking Chippendale Rescue Ranger. Like you got money like DuckTales. You ain't got DuckTales money. Correct?
That's facts, though. That's facts. That's facts, man. But Dre, I go ahead and get on up out of here, brother.
I'm gonna let you go ahead, man, because you know it's getting late. I'm gonna finish off this video solo.
Okay, brother. Peace.
I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad that you came.
All right, peace.
All right, let's continue on with the video. We can add me to the screen. I'll do that as well. Let's go back to the video, gentlemen.
And there's no bathroom on the boat, so you got to use it in the ocean. So I got to stop the boat. I got to the point I needed to go. I went up to the guy and said, hey, look, I'll give you an extra 100,000 pesos, stop the boat, and I got to use the restroom. They was like, bet. I mean, these are Colombians. They going to stop. 100,000 pesos? Are you serious? Shoot. I used the bathroom. Wait, let me back up real quick. I accidentally stumbled, because remember, the boat was moving. That same girl that's pissed that I did not, because she was like the ringleader. She was like the ring leader. She was like, he fell on purpose. Who the fuck falls on purpose on a moving boat? And then that same girl that stood up for me before was like, no, he's an accident. They shut her down quick. After I used the bathroom, I sat in the back and I was like, I gotta tell the world about this. And I just kept my mouth closed until now. So I don't know why black women are coming to Colombia, but I think they're coming to Colombia for the same shit in the States. They're looking for men to pay for their shit. And I've heard from other guides, they're coming to give men an option in Colombia. You can either fuck with the Colombians or them. And to be honest, nobody fucking with them. We don't want them. And this doesn't go for all, black women, just American ones. Shout out to Kenya. But that was the day that I officially said no more. I will never date, never take serious, never even share my resources. When I see them now in Cartagena, I'm like, burn. And I'm gonna let them get taken advantage of. I'm sorry. But now for you, if you guys need help, I got you.
Now, so he said for the guys that need help, in the name of brotherhood, I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you back, big bro. I got you, big fella. He said, but as for the ladies, I'm done. I'm done wasting my time. I'm done pretending like the kumbaya. I'm done acting like I'm a rescue ranger. Nobody does that. I'm going to say that again. No other country does that, rescuing everybody. This just hit me. Shout out to my man James Wingate of the Wingate family with the $2 cash app. Appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna say something to you guys in all sincerity. The same thing that y'all bitch about in the United States about President Biden sending money to other countries to rescue other countries. Why y'all bitching? Shout out to my man Terrence Mack of the Mack family. My man T Mac with the $10. Why y'all bitching? When y'all come to other countries and y'all do the same damn thing that President Biden doing, the same thing that y'all cry about Biden doing in Ukraine, you do the same thing in Colombia. Rescuing the motherfucker that don't need to be rescued with your proceeds. Same thing y'all crying about Biden doing in Afghanistan when they were in Afghanistan. The same thing that y'all crying about that Biden is doing in Israel. The same thing that y'all crying about that Biden is doing in other countries. Ukraine, anyone? Y'all do the same shit. All y'all sitting up there talking about something. I don't want to vote Democrat. I don't want to. Now, I'm not saying either way you're voting, but my point is that we as Americans take on the traits sometimes of our leaders. We're so used to seeing Americans rescue a motherfucker that when we come to other countries, what did this brother just do? Rescue a motherfucker. Yeah, oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he did. We always got to rescue somebody as Americans. Well, that's my sisters. And the reason why you do it, I'll tell you why you did it. You right? You ready? I'll tell you why you do it. The reason why you rescue women in other countries is because you don't want to feel bad if you don't rescue women while they're in other countries. I'm going to say this again. Some of y'all The reason why you give money to that Colombiana or to that Americana or to that Canadian woman or to that UK woman in Africa, she's in Africa. She's from UK, and that's one of your UK sisters, and she's struggling, and you give her $200. You know why you gave that money? Not because you gave a care about her being a sister. No. You gave that money because you did not want to feel bad if you didn't give that money. Some of us give money to run away from the guilt of not giving the money. Some of you give money to your family members because you know how you would feel if you don't give it. So you give it not out of love, but to run away from the guilty feeling if you don't give the money. How do I know? I went through that for years with my family. I thought I swore when I first started giving the money, I was giving the money out of love. And as time progressed, they kept asking and kept asking, kept begging. I kept giving. And I realized one day I was no longer giving out of love. I was giving because I didn't want to feel bad if I don't give. I didn't want to feel guilty if I don't give. That's why I was giving to my family for years. And when I discovered that I was giving out of didn't want to feel guilty and no longer giving to my family out of love, I had to have a conversation with them. And Charles Barkley said perfectly, and when you stop giving, your family will cut you off. The same people you've been feeding for years will cut you off. And guess what happened when I decided to not give out of feeling guilty? My family cut me off. And some of you guys can relate to that. You can relate to not rescuing somebody and they say, I don't F with you no more because you're not rescuing me no more. I'll say that again. You got family members that don't F with you no more because you don't rescue them no more. Am I lying? Stop me when I'm lying. I ain't the only one. And then you get a passport and you come rescuing mother. Ain't nobody asked you to rescue. Those women that brother tried to rescue were total strangers. Total strangers. This dude didn't know those women from Eve, from a can of paint, like we say in the old school. Shout out to Instagram. DJ Mac. Shout out to my man Mac Thee in the building. Shout out to Big Mike in the building on Instagram. Shout out to those who are watching on Facebook as well. Shout out to you guys as well. Shago in the building. Shout out to you, dude. Appreciate you being here on Instagram. Indy Cobb, got you. I got you. Appreciate you being here on Instagram. Growth Talk. He's on Instagram. He's on YouTube as well. Roman Keith, thank you for hanging with us, brother. I kid you not, a lot of times that we sit back and we give to our family members and to our friends is because not out of love. You thought it was out of love. It felt like love, didn't it? I'm giving to my family out of love. Your ass giving because you don't want to feel bad if you don't give. Stop lying, because I was in the same boat. That's why I can tell you about the same situation. That's why I can tell you about that. I know what it's like to give so I don't feel bad. I'm going to say it again. I know what it's like to give so I don't feel bad. Not so they can feel good, but I didn't want to feel bad if I didn't give. And that's what that brother did on that video. He looked out for those sisters. And notice, he didn't just look out for them once like, hey, sisters, y'all might want to write down the prices. So he said this. He said, write down the prices so when they come with the bill, you know how much it costs. He looked out for them already, didn't he? Then when the sisters got the bill, when they got scammed, they came over to, he said, and then they came over to me. That's what he said. They came over to him. And what happened? He started coming out of proceeds to women he ain't know. Why? Because that's what we were raised as black men. Many of us raised by single mothers. you rescue black women. Once again, we were raised to rescue black women, even when they ain't even willing to rescue them damn selves. They ain't even willing to rescue themselves. They had enough money to get on the plane to Cartagena. Check. They had enough money to pay for all the meals before they met him. Check. They had enough money to get on the excursion to an exclusive island outside of Cartagena to where they were eating. Check. They had enough money for all this, but then they want to cry poor. Why? Because they knew that their mother had raised your ass to be a rescue ranger. I'll say it again. If you think that black women, who's your sister, my sister, your auntie, my auntie, your female cousins, my female cousins, we're not sitting there watching our mamas and grandmamas and aunties raise us to rescue black women no matter what it is, rescue white women no matter what happens in our home countries. If you think that they didn't see us getting raised to rescue them no matter what stupid they did, you got another thing coming. That's why those sisters in Cartagena were able to run over to that brother who they never met before and get money out of him, because they knew that he was raised to rescue Western women. And so was your ass too. And that's why you fucked up the price of pay for play, because you love giving more than what was expected. You messed it up in DR, you messed it up in Thailand, you messed it up in Brazil, you messed it up in Africa, you messed it up in Europe. Come on, am I lying? Anybody in the comments tell me I'm lying. You messed it up in Colombia, you messed it up the price of pay for play in Mexico and Cancun. You messed it up. Why? Because you were raised to rescue every motherfucking female that you came across. Your mama raised you like that. My mama raised me like that. I got used because my mama raised me like that. You got used because your mamas and aunties and cousins and grandmamas raised you like that too. Don't act like I'm the only one that got raised like that. If you want to act like you got some damn sense in these countries, stop. One of the things you want to do is stop rescuing these women. These toxic women that would not rescue you. I'm gonna say this again. If the shoe was on the other foot, put a 1 in the comment section if you think that those women would have rescued his ass. I'm gonna say this again. Put a 1 in the comment section if you think that those women would have rescued him if the shoe was on the other foot and he needed 300,000 pesos, which is about $75 for his meal. Even my wife, Andrea, said no. Shout out to Andrea. Andrea said, no, they won't. What they would react, babe? Andrea said they would have reacted like, dude, you ain't even got no money for your meal? What type of man are you? That's right. Andrea is absolutely correct. Shout out to Andrea, Mrs. Spence, over here creeping in, peeking into grown man conversations. I mean that, guys. When I say this, it's not hatred towards sisters. I'm gonna say this again, just in case you guys are wondering, Andre must don't like the sisters. He must have had a bad experience. Bruh, I'm the last dude that you got to worry about had a bad experience. I'm too handsome to have had a bad experience in the United States. I'm gonna say that again for everybody in the back. Bruh, I have always been too handsome to have a bad experience with women in no matter what country. I'm not that dude. I'll say that again. You ain't never heard me tell a horror story in the United States that they treated me bad and I couldn't get the coochie. My problem was with the ladies in the United States, they were too easy for me to get. Don't you ever think if I'm talking out of bitterness or he's just a guy that couldn't get the ladies. Don't you ever think that, brother. I'm the exact opposite. Like your boy Austin. There's some brothers that got tired of stateside behavior and we were still smashing them. So when I sit back and I tell you the truth, that there are a lot of us brothers that need to stop being rescue rangers, take it for what it is. I'm not talking out of bitterness. I'm talking out of fact. The fact is, A, I could beat up the dude. Like guys already know. Treat them like postage stamps in the States. Lick them, stick them, send them on their way. You know, everybody knew my motto when I was in the States. I got women by the dozen. If I ain't fucking her, I'm gonna fuck her cousin. Believe you me, I'm not one of them dudes that women on YouTube try to sit back and say, well, he must have had issues with women in this. That's why he talks like, no. I'm just tired of you brothers being used from country to country to country. I'm tired of us brothers being used from country to freaking country to freaking country. And the people that use us the most are the westernized people. Or the person that's using you the most. You ready? This is going to hit you in the head. You. The person that's making your trip to Colombia so bad is the person that's overpaying for pay for play is the reason why you got in an argument with that chicken DR is because of Thailand was good, but it wasn't great because of you. American women and westernized women will not ruin your life as much as I'm trying to get y'all a real game. I'm trying to get y'all a real game. I don't know why y'all dudes continue. All this money is going into cash apps. I mean, into super chats, and none of it is going into cash apps. We get none of these pros. Shout them out to my brother, Mad Dollars, once again, them Canadian boys.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Shout out to you, Canadian boys. But guys, please do not give into these. We got eight super chats. That means that YouTube got 8 dues that they paid. But let me show a video and I'm gonna read your super chats. But guys, give towards the cash apps and towards PayPal. Appreciate you, because we don't get any of the money right now. We don't get any of what you guys gave. YouTube gets it all tax free. That's their money, because you don't give to it. Shout out to my man James once again. Appreciate you, brother. Really do. And then I'm going to come to the comment section. Let's see which video we're going to watch. Oh, we could do spider yams.
Let the show begin.
Meet me at the altar with that fat ass. We ain't getting no younger, but that ass fat.
Shout out to my man Jaquez. Met Jaquez at the Black Manosphere Conclave. Good dude, good brothers, man. You brothers blessed me, man. I kid you not, man. Shout out to you with the $10 cash app. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Joey also with the $2 once again. And Terrence Mack with the $10. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you more than you realize. And shout out to my man James Palmer of the Palmer family. First of his name. Respect that man's name. Put some respect on that man's name. S. James with the $5 and the $10 cash app. Appreciate you guys more than you realize. More than you realize. Let me go ahead and read these cash apps from the super chats that you guys sent, even though we don't get any of the proceeds. Let's go read these. My man James Wingate of the Wingate family, first of his name. James says that he said, you got it right. Too many black men still try to save worthless BWs in other countries. Bruh. He said, I was in Eastern Europe, Mexico. He said, I ignore them all. He said, I ignore all Western women and B-dubs. Dude, it's not hard to do because it's not hard to recognize them. Let's be real. It's one thing that is not hard to do. It is not hard to recognize American women or Western women in other countries. I already showed the stats. American women are huge. And I'm not talking about any race. American women, 70% are considered obese or overweight. Let me see if I have that stat. They just came out with it. 2024 countries. Let's see. Give me a second, gentlemen, because I'm pulling up these countries. Here we go. Let's go. Let's ride it out. You want the truth? Y'all always think I just be talking. He's just talking to be talking. He doesn't love the sister in America anymore. I love America, but I don't mean hey, listen. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Ride it out, gentlemen. Ride out this truth. World Health Organization. The data on the people with the most obese. You fat mother. You ready? Here we go. Mexico. This 2024. 2024 Global Obesity Observatory. Like Dexter's Lab, the observatory. Mexico, numero uno. Number 4, let's move on down. Samoa. We know Samoans are big people. Some of them ladies, they do look nice, but many of them are big. Number 5, Bahamas. Woo! They got them big in Bahamas. Marshall Islands. Anyone? St. Kitts. Anyone? Let's go down. Kuwait at number 10. You want to see a country with some big women? Don't take your ass to Kuwait. Qatar. Anyone? Egypt coming in at a strong 12 of the country with the fattest folks. And coming in on Friday the 13th at number 13, what in the hemoglobin and haberdashery do we have here? The United States of America. Or is it American? Because you can't put down a spoon, you can't put down a fork, you can't put down a knife, the beef, the poultry, the chicken. You can't put down the United States of America. Percentage-wise, 42.8% of y'all fat than a mother in the United States. So when I sit back and I say that you can tell a fat American when they walking down Cartagena, don't be thinking I'm just hating. Don't be like, Andre just hating. He just hating. That's what he doing. He just hating. He just ain't showing no love. That's why he acting like that. He talking. No. The World Health Organization said that y'all some fat mother in the United States. And y'all women, when they own the plane and when they get off the plane, they fat than them. When I was in Houston, I saw some bigums. Yes, I did. When I got off the plane in Houston, I saw some bigums. It took me 3 days to see a cutie in Houston. And guess what? She worked in the restaurant at the hotel. And I saw 3 of them. And guess where they was from? The first time I saw some fine cuties in the United States, guess where they were from? Cali, Colombia. They weren't stateside chicks. These chicks didn't even know English. But one thing that we did know, they were nice looking ladies. That's the first time I was able to do a double take. Like, who was that? Working in the dietary department during a breakfast at the Embassy Suites. Afro-Colombian sisters. And y'all want to rescue these big, man, y'all crazy. Y'all doing more than I would do. Me, I walk away. He trying to feed this brother right here that we were just talking about. Let's put this back on the screen. Put him back.
Now I hope you're ready for this story time. But
This
as you
brother
know,
was
I
trying to feed
live in
a whole
Colombia.
herd
I
of
gotta get
sisters
that
from
out
the
of the way.
States. A whole herd of sisters from the States. Really? With Colombian pesos. In Cartagena. Really? But that's not uncommon because American men love rescuing, being a rescue ranger, especially as black men. We love rescuing the motherfucker. It's anachromic to pay them, or oxymoronic. Let's put it like this: oxymoronic, which is, I like that how you put that. Oxymoronic to pay them attention over there, the way that they act and treat men here. And he's right. Why are you rescuing women over there, or meaning over here in Colombia or in the Caribbean, when they treat you like trash when you back in the States? Do you? I don't know what it is with black men. Do you think that you're gonna get extra brownie points with God in heaven because you just so happen to rescue somebody that don't give a damn about you? You think you just gonna be able to slide out? You know, hey Lord, hey, hear me out, though. Hear me out. You know, I know I bought a lot of coochie in my time. I done paid for a lot of coochie in my time. But Lord, because I gave that one time an extra 300,000 pesos, let me go ahead and slide up into heaven. I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. I'm gonna keep to myself. I got my little, my little cloud. I'll be. Do you think that that's how it works? The Bible already said all our righteousness is as filthy rags. That means that you can't do nothing good enough to get into heaven. It's all about God and Jesus making decisions. So it ain't about you per se. But just because you give a sister some extra proceeds, that ain't gonna open up no heavenly door. Ain't no angels gonna look up. Karma gonna come back because I bless somebody. I'ma get blessed. I bless the unblessable. Usually sisters are unblessable, so I bless the No, it don't work like that. It never has worked like that. So stop acting like it'll work like that. You look out for sisters. Okay. How many sisters and white women and modern women, and when I went to the States, the pronoun women, look out for y'all in the States. Put a 1 in the comment section that you have pronoun women looking out for you in the States that are total strangers. I'm not talking about your family. I'm not talking about your coworkers. I'm talking about total strangers that are pronouns that look out for you. What about modern women? What about boss bees? Do they look out for you? What about the woke women? What about the Karens and the Keechas? Do they look out for you in the United States? Put a 1 in the comment section and you say, you know what? It was this one time this Keisha looked out for me. I'm not talking about a regular white woman. I'm talking about a true big ass mouth Keisha looked out for you. I'm talking about a true Karen with her opinionated ass looked out for you. I'm talking about these women really looked out. Come on, Instagram. These women actually looked out for you. No, they don't look out for you in the United States. Then why the heck you think they're going to look out for you in another country? Who told you that's going to work? That's going to work. Well, if I go ahead, then they're going to bless me. No, they give less than about you in the States, and they give less than about you in another country. Shout out to my man T-Mac. He said, my former wife in the United States, this man was married. Didn't even look out for me. So stop all this rescuing, dudes. I know these cameras are going to go off. We've been here almost 3 hours. We're going to wrap this up in a second. I know these cameras are going to go off. I ain't stupid. I know you guys going to go to Cartagena. You're going to go to the Philippines. You're going to go to parts of Africa. You're going to feel like while you're in Africa, you're going to feel like Ungawa, Black Power. You're going to feel like love and Black unity. And you're going to be trying to, and it's a moment in time is going to happen to where you at a crossroads of looking out for your sisters or looking out for a white girl, Karen, and you got a choice. And you know what's going to happen? The white boy standing next to you ain't rescuing no damn body. The Latin dude that got to Africa for the first time, he ain't helping no damn body that's on that tour. The only person that's going to be thinking to rescue a sister from her damn self is you. The only one that's going to be thinking about rescuing a Karen is you. Your black ass was raised and trained by black women, by BWs, to rescue a motherfucker. Your mama raised you like a boomerang. My mama raised me like a boomerang. I'll say it again. My mama raised me to be a fucking boomerang. To throw me out there. And in 15 years, 5 years, 10 years, 3, come flying back and rescue white black women from themselves. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. My mama raised me, and many of y'all mama raised you to be a boomerang, not to come back and rescue black women when you 12. Nope, you ain't got no money yet. Not when you 15. Nope. She raised you at 9. She threw that boomerang out there when you was 9 years old, 7 years old, 3 years old, and that mother, whoo, and you ain't heard that boomerang. And you 18, you ain't got no money yet. Now you 26, you starting to get a little bit of money, and all of a sudden you starting to hear in the distance. You don't know what the hell that sound is. All of a sudden you hit 28, you start to get a little paper about yourself. 32, you really start to get some paper. All of a sudden you 20, you 37, 38, 43. And all of a sudden you start to see yourself as a big ass boomerang coming back, rescuing every fucking black girl that you, and white girl, and attractive girl, and sexy girl, and bottom feeder that you can find. That's why the prices of pay for play got fucked up, because y'all always rescuing some damn body. Y'all fucked it up worse than the white dudes did. Am I lying? At least my man Esco said this. He said, my mama raised me to be a mercenary. Sniping on sight. He said, I'm a cold POS. If more mothers did that and say, listen, I need you to be a sniper, my son. A lot of the headaches that go on in our community when it comes to manhood and dealing with this patriotic society in the United States and UK and all other places wouldn't occurred if there were more mothers raising us to be snipers. But most of our mothers didn't. They raised us to be boomerangs. And that's why you rescuing women. You don't know why you do it. You don't know why you always come out of the extra proceeds. You don't know why you giving extra tips when you're doing pay for play. You can walk into a freaking brothel. They got the price on the freaking wall of the brothel. They're saying 80,000 pesos for this hot chick that's a Colombian 7. What do your happy ass do when you get in that back room? Here you go, giving her 300,000 pesos when they distinctly said on that freaking wall, it's 70,000 pesos. I've seen brothers do that a million times over. And when I'm not saying that flippantly, over and over. Why? Because in your system is just like me until I got over that boomerang bullshit that my mother taught me. Rescue women from themselves. Not rescue them from threats. Not rescue them from danger. We all know to do that. We all want, hey, is a sister in danger? There's a woman in danger. Let's rescue her. We all know that that's how you're supposed to do as a man. Provide, protect, problem solve, penis. We all know that. But we rescue people. We rescue women that wouldn't rescue you and don't give a damn about you. That's our problem. They wouldn't rescue you and they wouldn't give a damn about you. All a woman got to say to some of y'all dudes, my mama in the hospital. Here you go to Western Union. My daughter needs some school clothes. Here your ass go to MoneyGram with your proceeds. Some of y'all dudes sending $300, $400, $500 to DR right now and not realizing it's 5 more dudes that just like you sending $300, $400, $500 to DR right now every month. You are not alone. These women realize that we were raised to be boomerangs. We were raised to be rescue rangers, rescuing women that do not rescue themselves. And they know it. And they getting paid off of us. And they getting rich off of us. And that's why OnlyFans is sitting back at $6.6 billion because of us men. Not just white dudes. Do not be sitting back trying to think about OnlyFans. It must be white dudes. Get the fuck out of here. Them days are over for blaming white dudes. Remember there was a day back in the day when you could blame white men for everything? What? Somebody was a sniper? Must have been a white dude. What? Somebody raped the women? Must have been a white dude. What? Somebody strung out on every drug there is? He must be white. Them days over. You Negroes are just as bad as white dudes in many areas when it comes to drugs and crime and stupidity. There is no more laughing at. Remember we used to be able to laugh at white dudes? Look at that stupid white boy. He doing some stupid shit. No, them days over. It's like we mimic white boys. As soon as a white boy do something stupid, we do the same shit that he did in other countries. And now his brothers being arrested in other countries for doing the same stuff that the white boy was getting arrested for in other countries. We used to sit back and laugh and watch white boys get arrested in movies. Look at the white boy in Europe. He got arrested. I wonder how they're going to get out of that. Now you brothers are getting arrested in Europe, in Thailand, in Colombia, in Brazil, in Africa. So them days of looking at white boys like it must have been a white man. No, it's you rescuing mothers too. You rescuing women unnecessarily too that don't want to rescue themselves from themselves. Ain't no way that brother should have told them sisters, listen, they trying to scam you. Take a pen out because you know women keep a pen in a purse. You got all the women sitting there. Write down the price. So when they come with the price, say, hey, this is what you guys told us for this meal. But what did they say? F me rescuing myself when I see your black ass here and you were raised to be a boomerang and you were raised to rescue me from me, black man. You were raised by your mama to rescue BWs from themselves, not to rescue you, not to help you, not to encourage you, not to support you, not to bless you. Your ass was raised by your mamas, your aunties, and all them single women to rescue women from themselves. And now we got a passport and we do that stupid shit around the world. And I wish one of you in the comment section would stop me when I'm lying. Just say, Andre, stop the live stream. You're lying now. I'm not. I'm just being real. And I see it all. Since I live here, I get to sit back with my popcorn and my glass of wine and watch y'all do that stupid shit damn near every trip. It's not like I'm making some up. It's not like I'm making it up. I was raised to be a boomerang. You was raised to be a boomerang. Why? What do I mean? Once again, I was not raised to rescue women when I was 12. That's when the boomerang went out. It didn't come back when I was 15. It didn't come back to rescue women from themselves when I was 19. It didn't come back to rescue women from themselves when I was 22. It didn't even come back to rescue women when I was 26. But like 27 on up, all of a sudden I start hearing a big ass boomerang coming back. And every time black women got themselves in some bullshit, here I come, Mr. Rescue Ranger, rescuing the motherfucker in the name of getting some coochie, in the name of her me feeling respected, in the name of her making me feel good about myself. I'm all of a sudden I'm a boomerang. And I'm rescuing motherfuckers. Just so I can feel good. Remember I said I was sending that money to my family so I wouldn't feel bad. And some of y'all send money to your families now because, yes, you do love your family. You love your family. You do. But some of us, we do stuff for our family so we don't feel bad if we don't do it for our family. And that's what I was doing. I was sending money year in, year out. Even Western Union sent me a gold card. They sent me a gold card of 15% off. This is back in the day when Western Union was popping. They were like, you send so much money. Here's a gold discount card. So you get 15% off every time you send money through Western Union. That's how much money I was sending. You talking about a dude that was just out of prison doing 10 years in the Fed, and I'm feeding my family. The same people that didn't even visit me while I was in the Feds. I got no visit from my brothers. My brother. No visit from my sister. Not one visit from my mother. Even when I transferred from place to place, like I told you guys, I was the original passport bro in prison, meaning I was transferring to prisons on purpose because they let you transfer every 6 months. So I'm in El Reno, Oklahoma, MCC Miami, MCC Chicago, MCC, the prison that's in the hood in Atlanta, or the federal prison. All you Atlanta boys, you know what I'm talking about. That prison that's sitting right there, right next to the projects, right across the street from the liquor store is a federal prison in the heart of Atlanta. In the heart. Every other city, the prison is on the outskirts, like way out. Not in Atlanta. That motherfuckers are right in the middle of Atlanta. It's the projects right here, a liquor store right there, and a gas station right there. I transferred to prisons on purpose. I was a passport bro mother. What? You can transfer every 6 months. You think I'm gonna do 10 years in one prison? This ain't state. Man, every 6 months I was like, I would like to transfer to Jessup, Georgia. I didn't know what Jessup, Georgia was, but I was transferring. I like to go to Milan, Michigan. I didn't know what Milan, Michigan was. I didn't know what Terre Haute, Indiana was. I didn't know what Lexington, Kentucky was. I didn't know what none of them damn federal prisons was. But I knew I wasn't doing 10 years in one prison. Y'all crazy. I'm about to break this bit up into parcels, into puzzle pieces. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to do 10 years in one place. No, Negro, no. And so when I got to Milan, Michigan, was only half an hour, like 45 minutes from Detroit. Shout out to Milan, Michigan. I graduated from Ypsilanti, Michigan College University with my BA. And kid you guys not, when it was time for my family to come visit me, only my aunties and my cousin came to see me. My mama and my sister and my brother didn't even try to come see me, and that was after me being incarcerated for 9 years. That means that y'all ain't got a car in 9 years, y'all ain't got no gas money in 9 years, y'all ain't built no love for Andre in 9 years, y'all ain't come to see your boy in 9 years. Everybody else seeing me. I'm well known. I'm traveling the country. Before Andre go to a prison, everybody know I'm coming. Hey, that's Brother Spence. He's coming on. Come on, Brother Spence. I got you, brother. You know I do. I'm traveling the last year. I'm traveling doing motivational speaking outside of prison. They're taking me with a prison guard, and I've got my beige federal outfit on, and they taking me to different locations across the country to do motivational speaking to high schoolers to keep them out of prisons. And I'm not talking about scared straight bullshit. I'm talking about really motivational speaking, and I'm talking about kids that was going through some issues, hundreds of kids, thousands of kids. I'm doing all this. I'm the school teacher that's helping guys get into prison. I'm getting to college while they're in prison and helping guys get their GED and graduate high schools. I got mamas on the phone crying, or mamas coming to the visitation doing graduation ceremony in prison, crying in my arms saying, thank you for my son graduating high school and about to go to college while he's in prison. He didn't try to do that in the joint, but you motivated my son to do that. And my mama and my sister and my brother never crossed the threshold of coming to see your boy. Now, am I bitter about that? No, them days gone. No. You could my life is blessed. Don't trip on your boy, okay? When these cameras don't go off, I don't be sitting around sad. No, I got my family right here in Colombia. Don't be sitting back feeling sad for your boy. But I was raised to be a boomerang. So when I got out of prison, what did I do? As a man that was a boomerang, as soon as I started making some money, I started giving proceeds to the family. Why? Because I did not want to. First of all, it was because of love, because I love my family. But then after a while, I didn't want to feel bad because I've been giving it for a couple of years. And so I didn't want to feel bad if I stopped it. And so I kept on giving so I don't feel guilty. Not because I love my family. I do love my family, but I was giving the money because I don't want to feel bad if I didn't give it anymore. The same people that never came to see me. Some of y'all got people like that y'all got in y'all families. They don't do nothing for you. Don't do a damn thing for you. Don't care nothing about. They love you. They love you. But let your ass get a flat tire. That's all they gonna do is love you. They ain't gonna give you no money for no flat tire. They ain't gonna help you get a tire repaired. They gonna pay for AAA. Nothing. They ain't paying for no damn AAA. But they love you. They care about you, and you know they care about you. But let them need something. Your ass is your boomerang raised ass like I was. You gonna sit at $2,000 with no questions asked. $200 with no questions asked. $50 with no question asked. Why? Because your ass was raised to be a boomerang just like I was. So let's stop pretending. And now you got a passport and you still a fucking boomerang. I had to get that out of my system. Before I got out the United States, I was like, fuck that. I'm getting some counseling. I am not going to another country rescuing motherfuckers with my money, with my proceeds. No. And I got over that, and I realized, and I was, and the counselor told me about some of the things that was going on within me. And so by the time I started traveling with my passport, seriously traveling, I was psychologically, mentally good. I was no longer a boomerang. I was no longer a boomerang. And guess what happened? Y'all want to guess what happened? Remember Charles Barkley said, some of you guys don't remember this. Charles Barkley said when he stopped taking care of his family, they no longer talk to him. When I stopped, and I think I told some of you guys this, when I stopped giving my money, family my money, you know the only person that talked to me after that? My mama. Nope. Got to be your brother. That was your right-hand man. Nope. The only person that still talks to me to this day is my sister. I'll talk to my mother 2 times before she passed on 8 years ago. My mother would not accept any of my calls for 9 years. Just imagine. You gave money to folks and they didn't give you, now they didn't answer a call when you stopped giving the money. 9 years. It took her like 8.5. And we spoke with like a 15-minute conversation. I said, Mom, I'll call you back. Called her back. Phone number was disconnected. Talked to my sister, Candy. Candy said, I ain't got nothing. Candy always say this, my sister. I ain't got nothing to do with that, Andre. Don't put me in the middle of that. Because I used to ask like, why? Why? After I gave so much, why? Andre, I'm not in the middle of that. And I used to make sure Candy wasn't in the middle of that, right? And the reason I tell my story, because you know why? Y'all going through the same shit. I just got a camera and I got balls to tell my story. Y'all just ain't got a camera. And nobody's hearing y'all because y'all ain't got a camera. But I know I got your backs, brothers. So I talked to my mom, and finally got a new number. Talked to my mom 3 months before she passed on. 2 times before she died. So when Charles Barkley said, when you decide to not look out for people because of guilt and you don't want to feel guilty and you like, fuck it, I'd rather feel guilty than fake my love for somebody by giving them money all the time, expect people to cut you the fuck off. Humans are humans. Humans are humans. I'm not bitter at my mom, not bitter at my brother. My sister Ken and I, we're still cool. But I was raised to be a boomerang. And so it was with this brother on this video. And many of us who go to other countries, that's why I told my story. Shout out to my man Ryan. That's why I told my story. Because I want you guys to realize you're not the only ones. This brother is not the only one. When I first created this thumbnail, I kind of came out with it in a mocking way. Like he was a simp. Then I rewrote the thumbnail. And I rewrote it in a sense like he'll never do that again. We can't rescue these women from themselves. It would be nice if we could. But just like I couldn't rescue my family from themselves and them being broke and impoverished, no matter how much money I made, Charles Barkley couldn't rescue his people, no matter how much money he made. So it is. None of us with passports can rescue people that don't want to rescue themselves. Whether they be brothers being stuck in DR at the airport with no money, or whether it be sisters in Colombia stuck in a restaurant. If these people don't want to rescue themselves, it is not your job to be a boomerang anymore for anybody else. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to Big Pit. It was great to meet you at the Conclave. Hey, I'm telling you guys now, that name is perfect for Big Pit. That's a solid cornbread fed Big Pit. Yes, it is. That's a big man right there, boy. Woo, that brother's solid. That brother is solid. Man, it was so great to meet them. I was like, oh, now I see why he calls himself the Big Pit. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Don't laugh now, man. It's true. Like this brother is right around my age and still look like he can lift some hay. Shout out to you. He said Latin American and European. He say maybe my destination in Norway. Yes, sir. Has low resilience. I'll pronounce that correctly. Rate because they are rehabilitation. Because they are about rehabilitation, unlike America. I can understand that. I want to go to Norway too. I won't even lie. I want to see the aurora lights. He said, I remember when the new Scared Straight came out years ago. One of my friends asked me if I watched it. And I said, hell no. The first one worked just fine. Shout out to you, Jaquez. My man Eric B in the building. Eric says that. He said, ain't got much. He said, I ain't got much, but I'm about to make a way out of the big prison called America. Bruh, it didn't take me much. I saved up, kid y'all not, told y'all the story. I saved up $30,000 in 2 years. I saved it up. And after that, I had me a little small online job. I came to Colombia and I grew it. Me and Andre was bringing in between my 30,000 and me and Andre on YouTube in my little online job. I was bringing in maybe like $1,000 a month. Really, it was more like $400 a month. But I believed in me. Then I continued on, and in 5 years, like I said, we made quite a bit of proceeds over the 5 years. We put in the work. It doesn't take much to live in many other. It don't take much to live in Thailand. It doesn't take much to live in Malaysia. Many parts of Africa. That's 54 countries. Belize is not expensive. Most countries of the 12 countries in South America, most are not expensive to live in. One of the mistakes, I'm going to say this to you guys, and I notice that we do this as Americans. One of the mistakes that we have to get over as Americans is thinking that we have to have American level of proceeds in order to make the first move. You don't. If your cost of living in, let's say Colombia, if your cost of living in Colombia for your apartment in Medellin or Cartagena or wherever is, everything. Your food, your hanging out, your dating, your expenses, utilities, everything, your apartment, everything. Your Uber rides, if it costs you $2,000 a month and you have enough money to take care of yourself, whether it be put to the side or you've got a job, online job, and you've hit that $2,000 a month threshold, get the fuck out the United States. What you waiting for? I'm waiting to make $100,000 a year. You can make that online outside the country, bruh. I did it. I didn't wait until I made $100,000 in the United States to get out the United States. No, what it cost me and Andrea at that time period, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. If it was $1,500 at that time period when I left, that's all I need to make per month. Because it gave me the time to be free to create other avenues of revenue. You see where I'm going with that? But while I was in the States and my monthly income, my monthly expenses were like $4,000 to $5,000, $10,000 a month, I ain't got no time. I'm working overtime. I ain't got no extra money. I'm sitting up here scratching my head. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. And then when I do make decent money in the States, they're killing me on taxes. By the time I hit $87,000 a year, $83,000 a year, they're killing me on the taxes. So getting close to $100,000 was some bullshit. So I said, you know what? If they're going to kill me anyway, and I'm going to another country and I get tax discounts, and all I need is, if I can get the $1,500 a month that I put to the side, watch how I flip this. And I treated it just like the dope guy. I'm about to flip this money. And I flipped it. And each year I flipped it again and flipped it again. That's how you do it. These guys, do not try to sit around wait until you make $70,000 a year and then you gonna move. Get the fuck out of here. If you make that, cool. I'm gonna say this again, cool. But don't be waiting around. The reason why I say this is no matter how much money you make, the greatest commodity that you have is time. The one thing that could become problematic, not that you lose money, but that you are losing time. I left before making $100,000 a year because I knew I only had a certain amount on this planet of time. I didn't have just a certain amount of money. I could flip the money. I could make more money. I can make more money or less money. That wasn't a problem. The problem was, Andre, you can use your time to keep your ass in the States for another 3 years until you get 100,000. You were already at 87,000. You can wait until you get 100,000, or you could use that 3 years and get the hell out the United States and build the life that you need within that 3 year window of time. Don't never look at your money more expensive than or more precious than you look at your time. Ever, 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 ever look at your money. If you got money compared to time, man, that time weighs way more than money does. Way more. Some of y'all waiting around just burning through time, just burning through it. How much you make a year? Well, I make about good 60,000 a year. You make it online? Yeah, I got my little side hustle. How much do you make? I make $40,000 a year, but dog, you know, that come from my affiliate marketing, my little online business. How much you make? Bro, I'm only making $30,000 a year, bro. I ain't gonna even lie, man. What you doing? I'm doing a little IT work here and there, and I'm doing a little customer service online. Do they make you do they let you do your I work Amazon, man. Customer service. Will they let you do it from any country in the world? I can ask. Then you ask and your boss tell you, yeah. So you make $30,000 a year. Yeah, that's all I make, bro. Your boss just told you that you could live in any country that you want to. Yeah. If you don't get the fuck out the United States with that $30,000, what the hell you waiting for? Well, I'm waiting to make 60. Go on. You keep on burning time. While the rest of us are in other countries getting citizenships and passports and shit, driver's license, marriages, or at least a stable relationship, buying properties, donating money to organizations in these new countries, your ass still sitting in the United States waiting to go from 30,000 to your 60,000. What the fuck I would? When you know that 30,000 is way worth that 30,000 in Colombia, you good. 30,000 a year, you good. I'm giving y'all the hookup. I'm giving y'all the literal hookup. If you make good money in the States, great. But if your money ain't great as far as statewide, but if it's great in comparison to another country, get the fuck out the United States. Especially if you got an online job. You doing customer service for a company and they telling you can work anywhere in the world and your scary ass ain't moved yet? What are you doing? Well, that's my side hustle. Okay, how much do your main job bring in? My main job bringing in about 40,000, 60,000. Okay, cool. How much is your side job bringing in? It's only bringing in about a good 30,000. Stay at your main job about 2 more years, get the fuck out, and use your side job as your main job in another country. I'm gonna say that again. Stay at your main job that's bringing in at 40, 50, 60,000. Stack it. Then take that little online side job that you got, or affiliate marketing, or a little hustle, whatever hustle you got, t-shirts online. And if it's bringing in good money, or you graduated Theo class, and get the fuck out the States if that's what you want to do. But stop acting like you need to have a certain amount of money to leave. You don't. Some of y'all already hit the threshold mark, but you're too scared to move because you're not making, you're so programmed to think that you need to make America's level of income to be able to make. No, I need to make at least 60,000 a year to move to another. Who told you that? I told you my story. I came up to this month with 30,000. I wasn't sitting around. Some of y'all dudes got $500,000 in 401k. Half y'all dudes, some of you dudes got $300,000-$400,000 in crypto right now. And you ain't moved an inch. And my life better than yours. I said it. Mine's better than yours. You make more money than I do. I went from $400 a month to $500,000. You got $500,000 and you ain't moved no damn where. You got half today and you ain't went nowhere because you think money is more expensive or more valuable than time. I knew that time was more valuable, not money. Give me the time, I'll make the money. I'll say that again. Give me the time I'll get to the $500,000 that you got. I don't need the $500,000 right now. All I need is the time right now. The time to write the book, the time to take those courses, the time to create affiliate marketing, the time to create YouTube or other social media platforms, the time to create brands, whether you've got a website where you're selling this or selling that. The time. If you got the time to do it, I can get to where you are, but you got $500,000, you ain't where I am. You sitting around the United States on $500,000 and 3, 4, 5, 6 years have passed. You'll never get that time back. You saw what I did with 5 years and $400 a month. You got $500,000 and your 5 years have passed on and you still stuck in the United States and that expensive motherfucker. I'm not criticizing, I'm not putting you down, but I'm giving you the game, how it works. Your time will always be more valuable than the money that you make. Always. Don't ever think it's going to change. It's not, because there are people in the grave right now that would give up billions for 24 hours. Billions for 24 hours. But you keep on playing with your time. Let me scroll down. a little bit. And shout out to you guys that are watching. Especially you Rumble guys. We got 18 people still watching on Rumble. Shout out to you guys. We got 83 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Once again, shout out to my man Big Pit. Travel Dazzle in the building. Shout out to you. EB says this. He said, once I'm done getting my culinary associate's degree, shout out to you for that, brother. He said, I will take a new skill with me to a country. He said that has domesticated jobs, and I should have enough by then to get out of America. That's exactly how you do it. Don't wait until you at the mountaintop to think that you need to leave or make the United States your second home. I'll say this again. Don't think that you have to be economically at your mountaintop or your economic peak to leave. You don't. If I could tell you the amount of stories that I know of dudes that got money and too scared to leave the United States, y'all dudes would be like, what the? Here's the irony. And they want to leave the United States. I know dudes with 6-figure money that want to leave the United States that never leave the United States. Nothing economically is holding them back. Nothing as far as like, well, they got kids to raise. They ain't got no kids. No kids, no responsibility. The most they got to do is go back home, visit their mama, make sure mom and dad is good, and that's just about it. Y'all see my face. I be looking confused. I sometimes, man, we as men, y'all confuse me. I don't know what the fuck be going through y'all mind. This is the wrong channel. This channel is dedicated to men that want to relocate, that want America to be their second home. They don't want to lose their home in America as far as their citizenship and their opportunities as an American. They don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. I make American dollars. I'll say that again. You guys treat me like I make Colombian pesos. I make American dollars like you do, but I treat America like it's my second home, not my only home. It's not my only home. It's only your home. There are a lot of jobs in social programs in certain areas of other nations. This is true that the USA does not tell people about. This is so true. I didn't know this. Does not tell people about. We are waking up thanks to the internet age of information. And now people are leaving the USA. What is the new American dream? Everybody's been saying it for like the last 5 years, really right around COVID. But I heard it before then. The last 5 years, people have been saying the new American dream is to leave America. There are Americans that wish they were not a part of the 68% of Americans that are stuck in the United States. I'll say that again. There are neighbors that we all have, co-workers, people that we're in church and at the mosque and the synagogue with, a synagogue with. We have people in the United States that wish they could live the American dream, and they know that only way they can do it is outside of America, but they are either too scared or they're not in a position right now in order to do it. He said, good question, Capricorn. Shout out to you, Capricorn. He said, how much you need a year to live in Medellin? Okay. First of all, you want to decide on where you want to stay in Medellin. Do you want an apartment that is a 1-bedroom for $400, $450? Do you want to live in El Peñon, which is one of the most expensive? I'm going to say this again. A lot of people in Medellin don't know this. Good question, brother. A lot of people in Medellin don't know this. You do know El Peñon, which is where the Parque Uris is located. El Peñon is the most expensive location or small principality in all of South America. There is no Providence, small little location. It's not a township, but a little small location of that size that's more expensive. Not in Brazil, not in Bogota, not in Ecuador, not in Venezuela. The most expensive place to live, you Negroes love to live in. I'm saying the most expensive place in freaking South America, y'all love to party in, spend money in, go to the grocery store in, go to the gym in. What is the wrong with y'all? Lorelis is right next door, the same buildings. It's not far away from your favorite pay-for-play ladies. And the price is not the same. In all the other provinces, little small pockets of Medellin, it's not that expensive. You can find a really nice space, a really nice place to stay. But you rather stay in the most expensive thank you. Lorelis is more affordable, but very nice and flat. No high heels and everything like El Poblado. Absolutely correct, T. You cry about the prices in Medellin. Where you stay? El Poblado. What? Dude, you do know that the most expensive in all of South America. Thank you very much, T-Mac. T-Mac says this. He said, I pay $725 a month for a 2-bedroom. That sounds about right. In Medellin, 2-bathroom. Can't beat that. And you know us Americans, we don't like nothing raggedy. So you know he probably live in a nice area. Two-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah. Reach out to me. I kid you not. Guys, Don't wait for your money to be perfect. You need your money to be perfect if you plan on living in the States. Yes. You don't need your money to be perfect if you're living in another country. You need your money to be consistent if you're living in another country. I'll say that again. You don't need your money to be perfect. And I mean this by in the sense of if it costs, as Capricorn said, he said, hey, Dre, how much does it cost to be a Medellin? Let's say Capricorn was all his bills and everything that he pays for. Everything. Hanging out, partying, traveling to other parts of Colombia every month, buying shoes, going to a movie, going out to a nice dinner with a friend. All of that. Let's say it costs him $2,200 a month. $2,200 a month. It doesn't cost, knowing that if he did all that he does in the States, it'll cost him $4,000 to $6,000 a month. Stop waiting for $4,000 to $6,000 to be made when you know it only costs you $2,200 a month to live the life you want to live in another country. If you're already in that position or you have enough money put to the side, you like, this is what mine was. I knew, true story. I knew that the way that I calculated my monies, it would take me 2 years to burn through 30,000. Remember I said I came down here with 30,000? I calculated how much it would cost me per month in Cali. I sat back and had make sure I gave myself a little wiggle room as far as emergencies. And I said, okay, I got 30,000. That gives me 2 years to start a business, write a book, create a brand, start an online, get a better online job than the one I had before, do customer service, whatever I need to do. 2 years, Andre. In other words, you have a nest egg that's going to take care of you for 2 years. If you can't make shit out of, and I told myself this, Andre, if you cannot make shit out of your life in 2 years, you need to take your happy ass back to the States because you ain't ready for this. You ain't serious enough. You ain't hungry enough. You don't have enough desire to live outside the United States. If you got 2 years and you ain't do shit with the money and you ain't do shit with your time. So Andre, you got 2 years to get it right. That's what I thought. And that's what I was thinking. Just in case you guys were ever wondering what was going through my mind. Man, he only came with 30,000. I've got 300,000 sitting back by itself. You got 300,000. You still scared to move outside the man. Keep y'all asses in the States. Y'all ain't trying to go nowhere. Y'all be talking. He said 24,000 a year. Shout out to T-Mac. He said 24K a year will give you a comfortable life that's true. That is true. It costs more without a visa because you have to pay more for Airbnb. That's true. An unfurnished apartment is much cheaper. Now, I do recommend start off your first 6 months to a year with a furnished apartment. Why? Because that city or that side of the city might not be the city or the side of the city that you want to be in. Some of you guys get a furnished Airbnb, negotiate a good deal because you're going to be there a while. So don't use the Airbnb prices, but talk to your landlord and say, listen, I really plan on being here 6 months, not a month. How much would you charge me? Why do I say start off with a furnished apartment? Because you might change your mind on the city that you're in. You might want to go from Cartagena to Barranquilla or to Santa Marta, or you might change your mind on the side of the city you live in. You might say, I like the north side, but I really am a south side person. But what if you got an unfurnished apartment immediately and you got furniture to buy? And you decide that you want to live in Manizales instead of Medellin. So now you got to come with an idea of moving all that furniture you got in Medellin to Manizales. when all you had to do within that first 6 months to a year, get you a furnished apartment first until you are serious about what city you want to live in and what side of the city you want to live in. Now you can get the unfurnished apartment. And just like T-Mac said, he's 100% correct. Furnished apartments are far more costly. And I don't want to say costly. Furnished apartments are far more expensive because of the furniture and the utilities involved and everything else than unfurnished. So when you finally find your city and you finally find, and it doesn't matter what country, when you finally find your city, your country, and what side of that city you want to live in, now get your unfurnished apartment. And now you see the bang for your buck as a foreigner. See, when I got an unfurnished apartment, dude, $350 for a 2-bedroom? What? Including utilities, parking garage, security in the suburbs in Cali? What, $350? Because it's unfurnished. We pay for a 3-bedroom in a great area. 600, like $630, $640 a month. It's unfurnished. If this apartment was furnished, it would be $1,500 a month. Easy, $1,500 a month. I'll say $1,200 a month. So get yourself, your furnished Airbnb, negotiate after about a month or two, negotiate the price. Say, listen, outside of Airbnb, how much would you charge me directly per month? I know Airbnb wants $700 or $900 a month, $1,000 a month. How much would you charge me directly to rent from you for 6 months? And that's how people get their places all the time down here in Colombia. So I'm not telling you something that, he just saying that. No, that's how people get their spots in Colombia. If you don't have a co-signer, you just talk directly to the Airbnb host. He knows you because you've been there for a month, so you've been a good tenant. You know him, he's a good host. So you're good. You talk to him. That's how people do all over the place. Am I right, T-Mac? That's how people do when they first come down. You just negotiate the price at the same spot that you're in. T-Mac say, I will send the company that I use to you. He said, Andre, in case you get asked by someone who needs a referral. Thank you very much, T-Mac. Send it to me, brother, when you get a chance. Yeah, Capricorn said, he said, yeah, I could do that now. He said, I just have to get someone to run my business in the States, going back and forth. And that's a part of it. Initially, that's what I did, the back and forth thing. So don't think that initial back and forth is something that, or finding somebody that can run something for you is something that's kind of outside the norm. T-Mac and I can attest you that first year or two of relocating, it is a back and forth dance between your new country and the United States. You're doing a back and forth dance for, like I said, 2 years. You may not go back to the States as often as you would thought you would be, but you would be going back to the States every once in a while to take care of this, to take care of that, make sure this is taken care of, make sure that, and then eventually your trips to the States become less and less and less, and then all of a sudden you're only going back to the States maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So you going through that's the norm. Don't feel uncomfortable with that. That is something that all of us go through. Oh, let me make sure I got this taken care. Oh, I got to go back to the States to take care of this. Oh, I got to take care. I forgot to sign this and that. So you're constantly going, your first couple of years, you are going back and forth to the States to take care of business, whether it be with family, friends, or your finances. So feel comfortable with that. Yep. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to you guys that are still watching on Rumble. Well, we're about to wrap this one up, gentlemen. It's been a great evening. We've been here for almost 4 hours. And I'm hungry and sleepy, so. But I'm going to let you guys go. See you guys on Sunday. Got to pick up a brother from the airport who's moving here to Cali. Shout out to and they are Theo Woff's graduates. A couple of Theo's graduates that are moving here. So shout out to those guys. And you know what? We haven't done this icebreaker in a minute. Let's do this one.
Baby, tan lejos y tan cerca, como enero y diciembre. Es que parcha teniendo la misma mente. Tu bebé ponte bien suelta, que sé cómo tú te sientes. Con las ganas de ser mala y decente. En la madrugada te encanta, cuando el bebé tuyo a ti te canta. En la madrugada te encanta, eres exótica como Fanta. En la madrugada conmigo baby toda la noche. Sé que estás traga, yo también espero que se note. Yeah, baby, presiento que tú eres lo llamado felicidad, que hasta la cama la ponemos a temblar. Tus padres hablan, pero no saben nada más. Lo que tú sientes conmigo, la adrenalina baby dándote casico. Yeah, y pues baby pa' que sigo, si no escuchan lo que digo, es de nosotros saber cómo va mi amor, tocándonos y sernos de la madrugada. Te encanta cuando el bebé tuyo a ti te canta. En la madrugada te encanta, eres exótica como Fanta. En la madrugada conmigo baby toda la noche. Sé que estás traga, yo también espero que se note. Yeah. Y espero que se note, vale mucho más que los lingotes. Somos la bichote y el bichote, esto es reggaetón puro. Perreamos duro y down, se nota que estoy tragado. Lo vi venir, por y más o menos a las 12. Hay que vivir, hay que sentir, que tú me revives con tu roce. Yeah, baby, cada noche, yeah, al amanecer. Yeah, baby, cada noche, baby, tan lejos y tan cerca, como enero y diciembre. Es que parcha teniendo la misma mente. Tu bebé ponte bien suelta, que sé cómo tú te sientes. Con las ganas de ser mala y decente. En la madrugada te encanta, cuando el bebé tuyo a ti te canta. En la madrugada te encanta, eres exótica como Fanta. En la madrugada conmigo baby toda la noche. Sé que estás traga, yo también espero que se note. Yeah, Ricky Baker.
This ain't a beamer, that's a big Benz. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, tell the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. I just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Told him send an Addy and to stay up. Just out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like.